Right, good evening again. A bit of deja vu almost. I'm not quite finished yet. I'm just eating some ginger cake with my cup of tea. But I'm answering your question, Prez. It's I think it came out at the back end of last year. Was it September last year? It's really good. I mean, I've not played this one yet. I only played the first one about, I think I got it in October last year, and put 120 plus hours into the game and absolutely loved it. The first one, the enhanced edition of the first one, hence why I'm playing this one. And I've heard this one's even better. And I'm actually quite frightened of actually starting this, really, because I know that as soon as I start it in earnest, my life will evaporate away before my very eyes. This is now the delay of this stream is about 2 seconds, much less than the first one. That's the first thing I remember to do when setting this one up, is to set the delay very, very short. So I'm just going to finish off my cake, a couple more sips of tea, and then we'll dive in. And as I said, it's going to be me starting up my campaign right here. So we're going to go through the character creation. I'll welcome your thoughts and opinions as to classes and stuff, and we'll start the game together. So back in 2 minutes. Right, I'm now ready. Oh yes, I've told you before, but whenever a game's menu music gets me going, it's almost 90% certain that I'm going to enjoy the whole game. And this menu music's not bad. It's not bad, although I do prefer the first game's menu music. Right. Yeah, and I know for sure that this game is going to take me 150 hours. I know it for certain, because you know how slow I am with my LPs. I'm just as slow when I'm playing games off camera. I don't rush through things. I go even slower when I'm off camera, because I don't feel under pressure to have to progress things, so I take even more time, if you can imagine that. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to ask for your advice as we go through character creation and stuff, because I'm sure some of you may have played the game. Of course, no spoilers if you will, but I will be asking for your opinions in relation to what kind of builds, what kind of characters and stuff like that. So I'm welcoming your thoughts and opinions. Sorry about that, just having to strip off here because it's a bit warm, and I've got a feeling it's going to be a nice long session. I could be sat here for 3 hours, you never know. As soon as I get sucked into these games, time escapes me. Right. So first question is are the sound levels okay? I've not done any tinkering with the sound, I've just dived straight in. But looking at the sound levels, it seems to be alright. Right. So we're going to dive in. As much as we can sit here listening to this music all night, we're going to dive in. Here we go. Single player. We're going to go. I was very tempted. I've heard that if you... The thing that gets me with this game is, and especially with the first one as well, is if you don't have a party that's really well synergized and you don't have a character that's a decent build, the game can be quite difficult, and to a certain degree that kind of annoys me in some respects, because it forces you to maybe make choices that you wouldn't do for a roleplay purpose, and I like to roleplay, as you know. However, I am aware that you can actually respec in this game, so if you do make a few bum choices to start with, you can always respec. So I'm going to go on. I played the first one on classic mode, and I'm going to play this one on classic mode as well. So we're going to dive in. yeah, I've heard of the respecking, so I'm not overly concerned about mucking up my character from the start like I was in the first game. I think I started the first game 5 times before I was happy with my character. Right, literally, I have played for about an hour of the game so far. I was just configuring my keys. I have certain key binds that I like, mainly from Pillars of Eternity and Baldur's Gate. You know, tab to inspect rather than alt and things like that. So I did that, and I just had a bit of a play around just to see the user interface and things. But so the first question, and this is an honest question, I'm not pulling any legs here, I am unsure whether it is a better game experience to play as a custom character or to play as one of the origin characters. So that's my first question to you guys. What do you recommend as a first playthrough, playing as an origin character or creating your own? Playing as an origin character, I think you'll get the benefit of their story, and for a roleplay purpose as well, to some degree. You almost have a purpose to achieve things, and you know the preset characters have they have goals that they want to achieve. That could help. So I'm kind of in two minds really. Origin would be good for a start, right? Okay. I was thinking similar lines, and I've got if I'm going to pick an origin character, I already have one in mind that I'm going to play, because I think it'd be a really great character to roleplay, and a kind of character that I would like to roleplay. Yeah, I'm thinking origin character. I'm thinking the origin character that I am going to use in that case then is the Red Prince. Well, the thing is, I do roleplay off camera to some degree. I think it's a better gaming experience when you do roleplay and make choices based on your character. But I'd not bothered about specifically making my own backstory and things like that. I can, like, for instance, this character here, I can still roleplay this character because he is a lizard. I think are they lizards? But what I quite like about these people is especially this guy, is he's a fallen prince. So he's quite pompous. He expects people to do things for him, and I would quite like to roleplay someone like that. Sort of kind of up himself, expecting people to bow down to him. You know, that I would really enjoy that. Can I do a lizard voice? Not even going to attempt it. Who are the lizard people in the Elder Scrolls? Was it the Argonians? For people that are interested, this is the Red Prince. I'm not going to listen to all the origin stories, but we'll listen to his because I'm picking him. But in terms of the origin characters, you've got Sabine, who is an elf. You've got Los, who I'm assuming is a human. She looks quite cool, actually. Ben-Mezd, and a lot of these characters, I think you can recruit them into your party anyway, so you're not going to miss out on their stories to some degree. See, summoner, yes. I need a couple of runs before I start doing lizard voices. Yeah. So we've also got Fane, who is an undead character. Undead? What's the technical term for these things? Eternals, wasn't it? Is it Eternals? Skeleton Man. I want him in my party anyway. And we have a dwarven character. Oh, we've got to have a dwarf in there, haven't we? We've got to have a dwarf in there. So we're going to have a dwarf, an undead, a lizard, and then pick one of the others. Nadog, of course. He seems like quite a cool character. An undead lizard. Jesus Christ. Right, anyway, so I'm going to go with the Red Prince, I think, for my playthrough here. And we'll listen to his backstory.
Famed, of course, for my unique red skin and unparalleled skills as a general of the House of War, I, the Red Prince, was raised within the vast palaces of the fabled Forbidden City. I was destined to become the next emperor. But my ambitions suffered a bit of a setback when I fell from grace for cavorting with demons. Now, I'm exiled and hunted by assassins. But I assure you, I remain undaunted and as determined as ever to claim my rightful throne.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. I like that, I like that. So he's a fallen prince, as I said, yeah, pompous, arrogant. I'm going to really enjoy role-playing somebody like that, I think, with that kind of attitude. Cavorting with demons, that's an interesting twist. But, right, in terms of his talents, I think this is talents for him, or these are you stuck with these? Dragon's Blaze, Breathing Flames in a Cone, and this is his source power, which we don't have access to straight away. And then we can start tweaking and tinkering. We can't do anything with his appearance, I don't think, although we can change his face. Interesting. Let's have a look at some lizard faces here. Once you've seen one, you've seen them all, right? Oh, I quite like that. I like the spikiness there. I like that. He looks quite mean. Oh, that's horrible. He looks gormless. No, looks like a fish. That's not bad, but no, I like number 6. Number 5, was it? No, that's not. It's number 6. I like that one. Yeah. He looks pretty nice. He looks pretty good. Hairstyle? Oh my god! I don't want too many things protruding. Nah, I like that. Just nice and simple. I don't want it to look too crazy. Hair colour? Whoa! I think I quite like that. Fire opal. Smoked topaz. Moonstone. Don't like green. Turquoise. Still water. Love the names of these. Nah, I'm thinking fire opal was the best. I mean, that sort of blends in quite nicely with his skin, but I wanted a slightly different. I think that works quite well. It's almost like a Phoenix Knights livery. Am I going to stream all of my sessions? That would be quite the challenge, wouldn't it? That would be a massive challenge. Not all of them. I'll see how well this one goes, and you know, it may be a regular feature. I'll just sort of stream as regularly as possible, just to keep you up to speed with how we're progressing through the game and stuff. But I don't think I'm going to stream all of it. That would be 120 hours worth of streaming. Facial features, can't do that. Voice, of course, you're stuck with his voice, which we'd pick anyway, because I do like his little pompous voice. Yeah, I like that. Right, presets. Now this is the interesting one, because you don't have to stick with what they suggest, you can make your own class. So that is the question, folks. And this is like a question as how long is a piece of string? What class do I want? See, he cavorts with demons. So, as a summoner, do you summon demons? Or close to demons? Or elementals? What do you summon? I think being a summoner would make sense. But then as a summoner, you could maybe have a summoner mixed in with another class, like a hybrid class. So rather than going for a mage, like I always go for a mage. I was a mage in Divinity, yeah, the first one as well. You summon a familiar. A knight. For a prince? Yeah, it does make sense, doesn't it? A royal knight. Or it could be a really lazy royal, you know? Expecting others to do his dirty work. I mean, I've seen the options. There's tons. There's absolutely tons. There's rangers. There's rogues. There's I'm aware of the. I'm not aware of all of the things, but you know, dual wielding rogues, scoundrels, rangers mixed with certain. You can have rangers mixed with mages, battle mages, all kinds of stuff. Shadow blades. It's too complicated for me. I'm a very simplistic RPG person. I like wizards, rogues, clerics, the basic stuff, all these weird and wonderful things. Let's have a look. Battle mage. So some Wayfare is your physical attack, I think. Aerothurge is air magic. Don't like that. Cleric. See, a cleric would be good. Conjurer. So that's the summoning, isn't it? And leadership. Enchanter. Nah. Fighter. Inquisitor. A knight. So a knight with two-handed and warfare. Cleric. Yeah, it's only the starting set, but I suppose you need to get off on the right foot, don't you? Me getting me thinking cap on. I'm thinking a knight. I am thinking a knight. It goes well with the royal situation. I may change it up a bit though. So strength 2 and constitution 1, I think that works perfectly fine. Warfare definitely. Two-handed I'm maybe not so happy with. I'm thinking more sword and shieldy type knight. So if we take off where are we? If we take off two-handed, let's have a think here. See, I think Geomancer works really well as a knight, because you can buff yourself with fortification spells and things like that. So I think warfare with Geo and maybe a little bit of polymorph thrown in at some point might be the situation. Yeah. So I'm thinking, do we go for warfare and Geo to start with? Pointing single-handed, 5% damage and 5% accuracy. I think we'll leave that for now. I think we're going to go warfare and Geo as our knight character. Have him perhaps be a little bit more tanky than two-handed, perhaps. And in terms of civil abilities, I think bartering. Let's have a look. We get persuasion as a standard, and one other. I think persuasion is quite important for the main character. Bartering. I don't think he'd be good at bartering. If he's a royal person, I don't think he'd do much bartering, would he? He won't be the kind of person to go buying his own socks. So I think we'll leave the bartering from a roleplay perspective, and go for. There's Lawmaster's pretty good in terms of finding out the enemy's weakness and stuff. Extra persuasion, 2 persuasion could be a good boost to start with. Lucky charm for extra loot. I might give that to somebody else. I think he'd be quite educated as a nobility, so I think we'll go Lawmaster again, kind of roleplay. So Lawmaster and Persuasion for the civil abilities, yeah, and Geo Warfare, going for a sword and shield type knight. We'll put points into single-handed perhaps later. We'll see how it develops. I think we can always respec if it's not working out, but yeah, I quite like that. So talents then, we get some talents to pick. An opportunist is a good one to start with, I suppose. Giving opportunity attacks if people leave your vicinity. We get Sophisticated, which gives us fire resistance and poison resistance, and Spell Song gives us an extra point in Persuasion, which we've already seen. And I think we'll stick with those. So that's good. And in terms of our tags, we can actually not pick them because it's a preset character. So we get Lizard tag, Male, Red Prince, Noble and Scholar. These affect conversation lines as far as I can tell. And we get to pick an instrument. Now the instrument, I think, is the type of instrument that plays during battle and things. You can set the type of music, and I quite like the cello. Oh yeah, bit of cello action. You've got to have a bit of cello action. It's the main battle music, the main battle theme, and I like a good bit of cello. Right, so here he is. This is our Red Prince. He is going to be a sword and shield knight, yeah, stuck up his own ass. I think we're good to go. Yes, I'm sure. I'm bloody. Oh wait a minute. No, I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. Wait a second. Can we pick our own? Can we pick our own talents or not? I don't think you can you? You could in the first game. Can you pick your own talents, people? Have I missed that or not? No, you can pick your talents. You can't pick the traits. So we get, what do we get? We get Battering Ram, we get Crippling Blow, and we get Battle Stomp. Knight is for two-handed. Fighter is the preset for sword and shield. Ah, so should I perhaps pick a better preset then? But I like the armour. I like the knight's armour. But then I suppose it's better to get a shield from the start, isn't it? Right, okay, so we'll start again then. We'll start again. See? We could be here. We've been here for far too long. Sorry people. But I'm determined to get this right. Right, where's Fighter? There we go. Fighter? Where's this? Oh, I like the curved blade. That seems to work. So we get Battle Stomp, Bouncing Shield, and we get 45 from the Geo as well. Good. Good. That seems to work. That seems to work. So we get Strength. See, there's too much Constitution there though. So we'll take off one corner. I think we'll go for Strength. I know it's a tanky type character, but we'll go for more Strength to start with. I think that's fine. Warfare Geo, and we might have to change this again. Bartering, no, didn't want bartering, wanted Lawmaster and Persuasion. Geo and Warfare, that works. Okay, there we go. Oh, you can edit these. Ah! There we go. Right, so from Geo I think 45 works well. Giving yourself extra physical armour. Battle Stomp and Bouncing Shield, I think that's a knockdown, which is good for a bit of crowd control. Bouncing Shield is, I've heard, is a good damage dealing effect. Bounces to another enemy, can deal some decent damage. I'm quite happy with the starting skills. Warfare Geo Lawmaster, yeah. And Persuasion. Right, now I'm happy. Shall we dive in? How long have we been here for? Too long. just yeah, tail swishing. Look, he's chilling out. He don't give a crap, does he? Take your time, you say. Take your time, Damo. Take your time. It's not as if I've got an empire to reclaim or anything. Sorry.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
Ooh, bit of a mystical kind of a start that leaves you thinking, who's she? What's she doing? What's she talking about? Hello, Hunter O'Neill. Yeah, the music is so good.
What a way to wake. Wooden boards and iron shackles. The Divine Order's hospitality leaves much to be desired indeed.
Okay, we got tons of stuff here. Tons of we're we've dived in here. Okay, first of all, yeah, not very princely now. That's an understatement. He's wearing rags. I can assure you, he's not a happy bunny. Right, first thing I need to do is sort this hot bar out. When it comes to hot bars, I am quite picky. Right, we can actually use that. Okay, so we'll put that first. That there, shield there. He's not going to use that for a while. That's a grenade that goes over there. That's a buff that goes here. And that'll just float kind of there. That's a basic attack, which will do nicely. Thank you. Right, inventory. We have to our possession.
Knowledge this tome is. Dallas is such a dear lending it to me.
We have a minor healing potion, a resurrection scroll, and a firestorm grenade, and that is all we have to our princely name. I mean, this is really a fall from grace. I've gotten past the first bit in the ship, and that's about it. I haven't delved into this game very far at all. So this is me. This is going to be my main save now. So looking forward to diving on in. Right. I don't think there's much for us to really do.
Nothing left to do, really.
We are being transported to Fort Joy. We are a sorcerer, a user of source magic. We are being incarcerated and we are being transported to this place where they are trying to relieve us of our powers, I believe. But he's been plagued by strange dreams and he's looking for a dreamer to make sense of those dreams. We've got something about the world that we are in. Bishop Alexander, son of Lucian, leads the Divine Order.
Dallas is such a dear lending it to me.
After Lucian, champion of the Seven, died. Right. We are bound by a magical collar, which you can see there, which prevents us from using our source magic. But we can use normal magic. Right, so in true RPG fashion, there's a bit of looting and plundering here.
No marks, no indications of a struggle.
So we have a tome.
Oh my, these smelling salts are strong stuff.
Although we can take the empty potion bottle, I don't think we would. Why would we take an empty potion bottle? We are above such things. But this tome could contain information. We have too long presumed source as a virtuous part of civil society, yet we need to look no further into the past than the Source King's reign to understand the havoc such magics may wreak. One day another order must follow in the Source Hunter's footsteps. Sorcerers must be muted. The new model of source collars provided by Vredeman is proving most effective. Right, okay. So we're not going to hoard it. Can you sell these? Pick it up again. Can't. What's happened to it? It's disappeared. Can't pick it up now. Once read, confined, to the dusty pile of papers.
Ah, you're up. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself. There. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
Calling us a dog.
In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
It's worth a try. I mean, I don't think we'd expect to have any servants come rushing to our aid, but is it too much to ask for a bit of food and to clean oneself?
Oh dear. I'm afraid you're a long way from home, my lord. A long way from the little bells that make footmen come a-running.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative.
We do not like her tone.
Oh well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
Yes. Demanding to know, first of all, why... Oh dear, some very rude comments here. We would not lower ourselves to her standards, but we demand to know why we have been collared like an animal.
Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens.
What, like a performing monkey? Won't give you the pleasure.
Oh, do go on. I won't hold it against you. Promise.
No.
My, aren't we a meek little lamb? Perhaps I needn't have collared you at all, though it does look darling on you. So let's just leave it on, shall we? Because, to answer your question, what the collar does is this. It makes you unable to cast Source.
We're probably thinking we don't need Source to crush her skull between our hands.
For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
Troubled waters. Okay, so we have been told to look for Magister William to be registered. Well, we go when we're ready. We're not ordered around like the servants that we order around. No. How do you? Somebody said you can loot things with spacebar. Oh, I see. Right. Okay. So yes, this is not a good start. Wearing rags and being spoken to like an animal, collared like an animal. But we will not attack her on sight. It's certainly a foolish thing to do on a ship probably filled with her own kind.
Good God! There's been a murder here.
Now that would probably worry him.
No marks, no indications of a struggle.
A young magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass.
There's been a murder.
Behind the magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
Well, I suppose it wouldn't harm to just have a quick nosy.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does.
Well, we do not wish to lend a hand in the investigation, but we are intrigued to know who has been murdered.
It's a small ship. His name was Fane. Oddball. Looked to me like he saw something he wished he hadn't before he came here. We'll find out who did it, one way or another.
He's probably thinking incompetent fools. Allowing somebody to be murdered under your own watch? I mean, absolutely poor. Right, ooh, coin.
No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with the others.
Coin is handy.
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
Okay, so into the main area of the ship. I think bedrolls allow you to rest, so we will take them. I hate the way they add all these things to your hotbar without you, you know, straight away. It's very, very annoying. Okay, so let's have a wee talkie with a few people, perhaps. Yeah, it is really annoying adding this stuff. I mean, you don't mind them adding the abilities automatically to some degree, but every time you pick up a book or something, the book gets added. I mean, why would you add a book to your hotbar? It's beyond me. Anyway, okay, we got kids playing. Wood chips, no.
Ah, there you are. Husband.
Husband? Can you change that in the settings? Can you change that in the settings? Wait a second. Where is it? Where do you get that? Where do you where? I don't want it to do that. I want to add my own hotbar stuff. Automated hotbar action. Ah, there you go. Ah. Right. Add arrows. Add grenades. Add potions. Add scrolls. Add skills. Add usable items. No, add nothing. I add my own stuff, thank you very much. Remove unmemorized skills. No, I want to manage my own hotbar, thank you very much. Thank you for that heads up. Didn't realise that you could do that. Okay, I think everything else should be fine. I also am not quite happy with the close-up dialogue. I think it's cutting the faces off and stuff, so we'll take that off as well. It worked better in the first game, I think. The close look, so you can't see him. Anyway, she's asking us to play some kind of a game here.
Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
Okay, so I think this our character, the Red Prince here, well, my portrayal of him is he doesn't like kids, for a start. So they probably do seem like brats to him. But also... I don't know whether they'd insult them. Yeah, we probably would actually. We're in a foul mood. We would probably say this out loud. They certainly do seem like dirty little brats to me.
Oh, they're not so bad. At least not when they're treating me, Madam Josephine Gribble de Peeb, with due deference.
Madam Josephine Gribble de Peeb. That's a mouthful of a name.
The children break out into giggles.
Oh, God.
What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
One of us will kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
Sure. Entertained? I have court jesters to entertain me. Not petty little games with brats. Yeah, and we're certainly more concerned with our survival than entertainment.
Guess you aren't a creative type, are you, Chief? I say they're one and the same.
Anyway, let's cut to the chase. Anything about the murder? Know anything? Somebody's died, apparently. You're not concerned?
Nope. Trying not to find anything out, either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better.
Asking her to come around. Well, no, I think we'll do much better on our own. I mean, if she's playing with children, I mean, what use is she going to be?
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Okay, she's got something wrong with her. She's got a dual personality situation going on.
Good luck, Chief.
I mean, I quite like the look of this character, but for this moment in time, I don't think my character's that concerned with her being here. Just trying to find items that we can use to perhaps prise this collar off, or at least allow us to have the upper hand on anybody else that may be here, in case the worst comes to the worst.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Okay, she's playing dice.
Snake eyes.
So we've got people playing dice. We've got people playing with kids. Is nobody concerned about the fact there's been a murder in here, and the fact that we're collared and wearing rags? This is very concerning. People seem to be just accepting their fates.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
Yeah, wondering what she's doing.
Rolling dice.
Well, I can see that, but why? Why are you not doing something more productive?
Deciding fates.
Deciding fate. Can she read the future in cowardry? Oh, yes.
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no, but I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see. I'm quite good at it, too. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
Perhaps not. We've only just met.
She chuckles once more.
That red-cheeked refusal tells me more than licking you would. But suit yourself, darling.
Yes, should we humour her? No, we don't have time for this.
Just a kitten in a corner, aren't we?
Says you, meekly playing dice whilst we're held captive here.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hand you right over the side of this ship with it.
A greasy key. Ooh. Can we pick that up without causing a scene?
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate. Good, fine.
Indeed we can. We have a greasy key.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own.
I'm busy watching for clues, sorcerer. Go take your sub-story somewhere else.
Okay. Who's this man here? He looks like he can take care of himself. Maybe he might have more about him than the people we've spoken to so far.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Ooh.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again.
I don't think our character likes being beckoned like a common servant. Perhaps we'll move closer to him when we, at our own discretion.
Suit yourself. Was just going to adjust your collar for you. It pinches, right?
Ooh, that might have got our attention.
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
Okay, engage him in conversation. He's got our interest. Asking why the Magister suspects him of murder.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
He sounds like Russell Crowe. Does anybody else think he sounds a little bit like Russell Crowe?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Asking if he's asking how he's got into this pickle.
Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties.
Right, so I think he's got our interest. He sounds like he can handle himself. A former commander. If we need somebody to fight alongside us in a situation, I think he might be the prime candidate so far.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Yes, we're quite intrigued by this character.
You'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
I think the key that we picked up opens this door, but opening it in front of a Magister might be a little bit risky. This seems to be the storeroom.
You're absolutely right.
Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Dwarves drinking.
Well, you've got this wolf on a
Perhaps
leash
we'll
now.
leave them be for now. And
Soon as the
hello,
Inquisitor gets here,
lizard
we'll hand
person.
you right over the side of this ship.
My prince.
My prince.
The cook bows slightly and wipes her hands on her gruel-stained garb.
Ah, at least somebody knows how to address me in the proper fashion.
Forgive me, Your Highness. I didn't expect... Well, anyway, whether I had more than cornmeal and rotting roots to serve, I'd concoct something more fitting for one of your stature.
Yes, well, I think enough with the excuses. Provide me with the best cuisine that you can in the circumstances.
Panic swamps her eyes, and she hurriedly returns to her work.
I shall return here shortly and expect something edible. Right. Well, at least we've got somebody we can take our frustrations out on. Okay, we'll leave the dwarves to their
A no
business.
doesn't become a yes over time, you know.
Neanderthals that they are. Who's this?
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out, flicks a finger against one of your scales, and rubs his chin.
What on earth? He dares lay his finger on us? Uninvited?
Fascinating.
Goodness gracious.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
Say that to touch a Prince of the Empire has to experience 7 years of good fortune. He's he's not bloody welcome. Yeah, what the hell do you think you're doing?
I am reading. Is this not evident? My book is in my hands, my face turned away from you. Perhaps my eyes not on the page. Damnable things.
He grabs a metal plate and watches his reflection with one eye as the other shifts left to right and up to down. He repeats the maneuver with the opposite eye.
No, they are working quite adequately. It seems you are at fault. Predictable, really.
Yes, exactly. Demanding him to explain himself as to what makes him think he could touch us without warning.
Oh, I see. I crossed a cultural taboo. How difficult. You have my apologies, Lizard.
Lizard? Oh, this man is really digging himself a hole.
Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once.
Well, I think the conversation has gone on for far too long. For one, with the cheek of that man.
Jill, is that right? I've a few questions for you.
What's happening here?
You are Jill, aren't you? I ain't saying nothing. Bloody dwarves, I'll come back to you, and you better be ready to talk here.
Okay, so I suppose we'll go and check in with Mr. Magister something or other.
I thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
Here to register, sir. Good, good. Magister Williams is just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
Have we been through worse? I don't think he has. This could be as low as it gets. But we're not going to give him the satisfaction of knowing that we're at a low ebb.
Glad to hear it. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Right. Yeah, I did have Pet Pal in the first one, but I don't think with my main character I'm gonna get it. I think I might get it with a secondary character. Although it would make would it make sense for him to know to talk? Maybe save it for a rangery type character. I think might be more fitting, perhaps.
Keep with those bolts trained on her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
Going on here?
On edge, officer.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
Yeah, I have kept it on Mozilla. I've just taken it off the quick bar. So we got somebody who seems to be in a similar pickle to us, and she's been confronted by 3 of these magisters.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
So there's your murderer, folks. Bold as brass.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
Oh, and
there are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
For a start, we don't run at people's beck and call. So asking this woman exactly what did she mean?
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
That's quite a handy trick. You couldn't teach us that, could you?
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Oi!
What's happened?
Something's gonna miss. So we've come across this Windigo lady, confessed to the murder, and she's triggered a huge explosion. And she seems to have something in common with us. Now the ship's on fire and sounds like it's sinking, so ultimately I think we wouldn't really hang around. I think we'll probably grab something to eat just in case we need to run quickly, something to drink, bottle of wine, that'll do. Other than that, a quick looty pooty, and then we're out of here. Weapons, yeah, we might need those very quickly. Any clues? Broken sauce collar could come in useful at some point. Pumpkin soup, too sloppy to take with you. You can't have that sloshing around your pack, can you? What else we got in here? In fact, I know you can actually take your time, really, but it just seems a little bit stupid to walk around a ship that's sinking, really. No, it's not the right key. Unless we can open it from the other side. There's a damn scroll in here. I think that's the way out, or the way up at least, but we'll just we'll just check the storeroom very quickly. Earth essence. Okay, we'll take that. Could be useful. Out of all the people we've seen here, the only one person we might try and rouse to come and come out with us, perhaps, would be this fella.
Ifan lies motionless, curled on the ground like an animal. Under his shaggy hair, you can see green eyes fluttering as if in a nightmare. A low whine escapes his lips.
Shake him and try to wake him up.
His eyes flicker open, but he doesn't register your presence at all.
Lucian. Lucian.
No, it's not Lucian. He's clearly confused.
Ifan cries out. Then his eyes fall closed again. No matter how much you shake him now, he cannot be roused.
Well, he's screwed, isn't he? He's absolutely screwed. There we go. We can open it from the other side. No need to break doors down, you see. No need to lower yourselves to the act of vandalism. Just simply a restoration scroll. We've got a couple of gold pieces, and is that it? I think that could be it. What's this? A book? A journal? Perhaps we'll read it later. Cooking pots, mug of wine, we've got a bottle. Mashed potatoes, poison bottle. Looks quite handy. Right, let's get out of here. We don't need to stay here any longer than necessary. Middle old lady playing dice, she's down. The elfie, old kiddie woman there, she's down and out for the count. Was there anything else we could possibly... trying to think here. Would we run back for anything? There was nothing in these rooms that piqued our interest. No. Recipes on the wall, were there? Did I miss recipes on the wall? What recipes? Did I miss recipes? Sorry, I'm going to have to come back now. If we ever get anybody that's going to cook for us, we could do with a few recipes. Where's recipes? Next to the locked door. Oh, what's this? This? Oh, I'm confused. Turn my camera. I'm turning. What's this? Aha! That is recipes. Where's my crafting menu? G! So we've learnt recipes of food. Okay. Boiled potatoes, mashed potatoes, lots of different forms of mashed potatoes. Oh my god, mashed potato? I'm sure the Red Prince is extremely excited about being served mashed potato. There is requisition notices there, not interested. Find a weapon to arm myself. Have we got a weapon? We've got a weapon, haven't we? Do you have to equip our weapon? Right, let's just get ourselves going here. We picked up a knife on a stick and a makeshift shield, so... a makeshift wand, that's... so we're equipped with something at least. Okay. Let's chuck that on there. Put the fire out. We have a dog here, which we could probably talk to with Pet Pal. But for the time being, we shall not anger it in any sense at all. But water seeping in, it's looking rather good. A gold cup. Well, if ever we get off this damn thing, it'll be a nice cup to drink from.
Damn! That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards!
No, we're going to best bash it down, this one. There we go, we're in. And look at that, 2 quivering magisters.
Thank the gods! By divine grace, who was that howling?
He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches a hand towards his blade.
Another sorcerer!
We could strike them down, but it would waste time. Asking what's going on.
Like you don't know.
What's going on? Are we sinking?
Did that witch fix your collar too?
Asking about this woman. Do you know anything about her?
Curdled my blood when she appeared. Ship shook like a typhoon had struck and then she was gone again. Look around. You see how that story ends. Nothing but sauce can do this.
Okay. So using our intelligence here, explaining there's no mutiny. The woman calls this and you almost died, so if you wouldn't awfully mind, we should really be getting off this damn thing.
Go on then. Find a place to hide and stay there.
Hide? Find a place to hide. A letter? Am I hiding? What am I doing? Why am I... Well, get off the bed, you fool. My sweet Stephen, as I write this letter we near the Isle. Bloody love letters, we ain't got time for that. Bloody hellfire, no chance. Let's see this desk. Nothing. Books? Nothing. A shabby letter. Any clues on that? Seems to be some instructions for our transportation. Aha! A resurrection scroll. It's quite handy. Bound tomes and 2 quivering magisters. Right, okay. We've seen enough. Crisps! Crisps! Potato snacks. Chips, if you may call them in America. Although we
before this thing snaps into splinters.
Although we call chips, I'm not going to get it. It's complicated for my simple brain. Tomato soup. Ooh, weapons and a bit of gold. Right, we need to put the fire out somehow, and we don't have a means to put the fire out. How do we get the water barrel to put the fire out? We need to get... There's a person here sat there doing nothing. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Can I? Yeah, chips are fries and crisps are chips. Although no, crisps are crisps and chips are chips. I need to. Well, no, we need to attack that, don't we? We lob a shield out of that. There you go. Just a bit of well, not quite so quick thinking. We'll get there in the end. A note. Death fog barrels have been locked down in storage. Death fog barrels. And a key. And a person sat here reading. Like there's nothing going on.
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
Wasn't that elf downstairs who dared to put his fingers upon us was also reading this same book? Are we missing out on something here?
What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
Shouldn't you be doing the same? There's something familiar about the way he holds that book. Is there? Yes, the elf downstairs who dared to touch us. It's him.
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
Yes, indeed. It's the look of someone that wants to read the bloody book he's holding.
No, you are the person that touched me downstairs.
Now, if you're really quite finished, I believe you have lifeboats to flee to.
But you were an elf before.
Please, I was no more an elf than you are those rags you're wearing. I had a mask, rather ingeniously designed, which allowed me to take that primitive form. A mask that was stolen by that damned witch after her little scene. Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands.
Interesting. Saving people? Well, I don't think we'd be the type of person to save people, to be quite honest. But we certainly, I suppose we admire his want to gain revenge.
Indeed. Just as sensible as getting off a sinking ship and leaving a fellow to his business. I would say good day, but it seems quite likely that you're about to die a rather terrible death, so...
The skeleton shrugs casually and returns to his book.
Well, good day to you too! And we'll pick clean these bodies, and then I suppose we shall flee.
What's it? Blazes! Something's pounding on the hull!
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize the symbol immediately for what it is. a warning of death fog within. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The crimson drains from your hand, and you are left numb. It doesn't budge. The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
Okay, death fog. This is the death fog then. I don't think we can go in this, right? Unless we're an undead. Unless somebody wants to correct me. Ah, a better sword. Instant death to living things. Yep, I think we're classed as a living thing somehow. Is that better? Not really. Well, it's worth more money. Yeah, undead can go in. Yeah, I thought that was the case. We're probably missing out on something here, but it's not meant to be. Oh. We're almost done. Oh, toy crossbow. Yeah. How do you get out of here? Hello ad infinitum. This game does have weapon degradation, yes. I think you... Do you have... Is the blacksmithing skill in this like the old one or not? I can't remember. How do you fix them in this one then? There used to be a blacksmithing skill in the first game, wasn't there? Okay, so blacksmiths can repair equipment. And we appear to be attacked here by two vicious voidlings. We have a pool of poison, a couple of dead bodies, and we're good to rock and roll. So first of all, we'll open with a bouncing shield. Now, for those of you that aren't aware, this is a turn-based combat system. So this certainly definitely reminds me of my tabletop days, which is why I enjoy it so much. Shields up. Oh, we've got restore physical armor and magic armor of your shield. Right, okay. Well, we don't need that now. We're going to go with bouncing shield. Should hit both of these things. And we can't use it again, so Dragon's Blaze is not too bad. If any of these walk into the poison, we can use the fire on, it'll explode the poison. So we're going to fortify and prepare ourselves for their advance. Okay, so we'll save our action point. They're probably going to make it past the gooey stuff. But now that he's poisoned, if I put him on fire, he might explode himself. I don't, will he? Possibly? Yeah, suck on that. And then send them crashing down. Are they dead? Nearly. Now he's dead. And he's burning. Oops! Cancel! Oh! There's a way to... Oh, it's right mouse button. Ah! Heh! Gotcha! Lumpy giblets. I think we'll pass. Fireball scrolls, however, I think we'll take. Okay, so we've got great big tentacles attacking the boat, seeming to be dragging it down. It's time to try and get the flipping hell off this ship. Oh! Well, he's bit the dust. Oh, an old cap.
A lifeboat! That means there's still a chance!
Come on, we're out of here.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
Said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Well, we've been down there. They were all unconscious. They were all in a no state to get themselves out. And we're certainly not going to justify ourselves to a child. So we're simply going to jump in and get the flipping hell off the ship.
But wait, there's still people down there.
No time to spare, children. We're out of here.
As the boat rocks down, a hallowed ancient empire prayer passes through your mind. Cleanse with flames my failures. Ancient kin, perfect me. You clench your eyes and brace for impact.
And we're off. How do, Andy? You alright?
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Orivan.
High Judge Orivan. And then there was quiet. Time for the first era. Yes, we are off the ship and we are into the big wide world. We've got tons of journal updates.
Well, that was a bit of a rough and tumble journey.
He sounds awfully calm. What's just happened?
I'm the lone survivor.
Okay, there's a bit of concern. Right.
Which is entirely appropriate, if you ask me.
So we survived the shipwreck and we are now arrived at the island known as Reaper's Eye. Fort Joy looms ahead. We heard that mysterious voice as we were drowning. Seemed to save us. And the collar. Is the collar still on us? It is still on us, but there's no entry. Oh, there we go. Couldn't find a way to remove the collar on the ship, so it was still stuck with it. Still need to continue our search for the Dreamer. Okay, and that's just a bit of a rundown of what's happened, which is fine. Okay, so here we are, all alone on this strange island. Darkest Dungeon? I don't think so. I think that ship has sailed, unfortunately. In fact, I don't even know if I think I've uninstalled it. I mean, obviously the save game will still be in the cloud somewhere, I imagine. But I have got a new computer since I last played it, so if it doesn't use the cloud, then my local saves probably have gone. Right. Inventory. I don't know about some people, but I actually really quite enjoy inventory management in these sort of games, and I must have spent 3, 4, 5, God knows how many hours in Divinity 1 just literally sorting my bags out in a rather OCD manner. So you'll have to excuse me if I do something similar here. Right, I want my scrolls in my bag. And my papers. Let's have a look at this here. So we have, what's this? Restoration. Oh, okay, so it's a healing. We've got a bit of a fireball situation going on. Put that there. No, yeah. Put that there. That makes more sense. This thingy-mabobsy goes there. There we go. And we'll stick that there. Okay. And put them down here. Auto saw. What the hell's auto saw? We don't want any of that nonsense. Here's my special drinking cup. Gold cup, shiny. Yes, I shall drink from this whenever I'm thirsty. No silver porcelain nonsense will be touching my lips. Right, we have wine to pour into one cup. We picked up this journal. Did we read this? Sketches of dragons fill every page. Okay. So we got a poison bottle. Oh, fire arrow and I'll put the weapons up here for now. What is this? Crafting items go on that side. And a cheese bread. 1 constitution. We may use that in our first fight. I imagine we're probably a little bit peckish. And although it could be a little bit soggy. Right, okay, that'll do for now. It's a relative order. Do I still have it on hold? Oh, I might have to take it off then. So we're on the shore. Let's go for a mooch. Let's go for a mooch and see what we're up to here. See what we can find. Ooh, useful. Crafting stuff. Don't know if our character's a crafting type, but anything that looks remotely useful we shall take for now. Statue of Brachus Rex, and we should know about this guy from the first game.
Brachus Rex, king, sorcerer and scholar, though not quite a gentleman.
Bowstring. Yeah, that was a good boss fight. It was a good boss fight. He had quite a nasty trick up his sleeve, if I remember rightly, but I managed to be in a fortunate position when that happened. I had a load of summons out and he targeted the summons, so I think most of my characters managed to miss the meteoric onslaught. Right, we have a random child here, and we don't like children, but we may get some information from his bumbling lips.
The child has a small mirror in his hands.
See?
He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his side.
Told you my character didn't like children. So much so that he can't even bear to face him. He's turned his back to him.
I'm not supposed to talk to lizards.
Oh, is that so, child? Well, didn't your parents teach you anything? Should not address your superiors directly until spoken to.
What's a superior?
Oh, God. I am superior.
He shrugs and continues the game with a mirror, inspecting inside his nostrils and around the back of his knees.
Typical. Nothing of use. Out of the mouth of babes. Do 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 do. Oh, herbs could be very useful. Okay, I'll pick up a few crafting things. A short stick. Ooh, got a bit of music. Doo doo doo. Okay, we've got more of these creatures.
Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn! They made it to the shore.
Can we get like a... If we sneaky, beaky here, can we get a quick shot in to start combat? Get the upper hand with a nice little... Here you go. There we go. Got, was it close enough? It wasn't close enough to deflect. Right, we're off and running. It's our girl, but we can't really reach with anything here. So we'll prepare ourselves with 45. And we'll say, bring it on, beasties! When we get some more characters in the party and we get to some slightly more taxing fights, perhaps I will be asking for your tactical advice. But for now, I think just slotting these things is not a bad piece of business. Just a regular attack until they get closer together. In fact, we can hit him 3 times.
Worms take you.
Prince. These things can talk. So this is different from the first game. We get physical armor and magic armor. So if I'm looking at this right, until your physical armor depletes, it doesn't affect your vitality. Is that right? And also I've read that the physical armor, whilst you've got physical armor, you don't suffer status effects. Right, we're going to put him on his backside here. Missed. Nice. Okay, we'll set you on fire then. I like the animation for that. Oh, some skills deal damage directly to your health, right. Which would make sense, of course. You can't have people with massively high armour not being able to be touched. Wouldn't make sense, would it? Well, a few chops of the old blade should do.
I thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay.
I don't think we need the basic attack here, because we just need to click on the enemies and that does your basic attack. Get rid of that. It's cluttering up my inventory. Hello, Dark Phoenix Ninja. It's going smoothly so far. Like a dream.
This pig's bladder was on the ship.
This pig... Is that what he calls humans? Pig's bladder. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. I think we'll take all of that. Okay. So magic armor is against magical abilities. Physical armor is against, or physical attacks go against physical armor. Intelligence-based attacks go against magic armor. Is that right? Ding, 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 ding. So we can tie a knife or a shiv to a stick or a branch and you get yourself a makeshift sword. Now we've read that it should be added to our recipes. Okay. I'll get there eventually. Nice peaceful music, the old sound of the sea. Oh, Shark Rock. Could be useful. You've just read a book on crafting weapons. Sharp rocks, perhaps, could be used to stab somebody in the face. Those are shells. So that split path came to that way, this comes here, so we've got this here, or we've got up this way. We'll go up here to start with. Mushrooms. These used to craft health potions, didn't they? In the first game, if I remember. A penny bun mushroom.
A black cat. A herald of wisdom in my homeland. How fortuitous.
A herald of wisdom. Oh, so he likes cats. Hello, catty.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity. Its eyes clear, and it shakes its head, confused.
Ooh. Not one of those cats that transform into a person, are you? I've heard about those things. And it's following me. How very nice. We have our own little pet. Okay. That's what happens to my black cat? What can different things happen to it? Somebody doesn't die. It's supposed to be a sign of it's supposed to be a good omen, isn't it? From where I come from, if something happens to this cat, it's not going to spell good things for the Red Prince. One feels.
What's this? I found something.
Ooh.
One must put in due effort if one is to reap the proper reward.
Why are you using your hands? You've got a shield. You've got a thingamabobs. Ooh, armor and a darling bow. A darling bow. My darling, how I have searched high and low for you, and you are here. Right, this should be better than what we've got. It gives us magic armor. It gives us physical armor. We are using it. How much is this worth? Three gold pieces. If it wasn't worth, if it's, in fact, we're going to throw it on the ground. It symbolises what we've been through. Get rid of those rags. Lizards can dig without a shovel. Ah, so do we need a shovel? No, we don't. Oh, we'll just take it just in case. Well. It's a slight improvement, but it's certainly not befitting of our status just yet. Skellies can lockpick. Yes, yes, I remember that. I remember reading that. Hello, I am amused by this cat. There's a passageway there, which I will go to in a minute. Ooh, armor of frost, giving us magic armor. A shank and some gold. Cat is meowing now, pulling at our heartstrings. Oh, the poor little cat. Sounds distressed. Okay, so that looks like some form of a settlement. Could be Fort Joy, perhaps. There's a child here, no doubt. Nothing useful to say, but we shall try. Did she just throw a... What's she doing with the shells?
Hey, mister. It's a lot nicer here than that stinking boat, huh?
Oh, was she on the boat with us?
Sure wish you'd gone back to save the others.
Oh, don't harp on so.
I did see one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. So I guess some of them survived at least.
Other survivors. Uh-huh. Pretty shells at the door. Sorry if I'm ruining the music for you with my awful tones. Okay, we're going through. We're going in to a land of blue mushrooms.
I wonder where this leads.
I love his voice. The only shame is, if we played as another character and had him in our party, he'd probably talk a lot more than he does if we're playing him ourselves, I would imagine. But here is a familiar looking character who we've come across twice, once dressed as an elf, or at least wearing an elf's face, and the second time...
As the alcove opens up, you see the same skeleton that you met on the boat before it sank. He's still not wearing his mask.
Exactly. He wasn't the second time we saw him either.
He's leaning over a corpse, prodding and pulling at the skin of its face.
Bugger.
Bugger. Bugger, bugger, bugger.
How on earth am I supposed to... Oh. Perhaps...
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling sharply upwards. After a few more tugs at the man's cheeks, the skeleton relents, letting the head drop to the ground with a damp thud.
Damnation. That stuck fast. I wonder, does the beard act as some form of anchor?
Generally speaking, faces don't come off that easily, regardless of whether or not they have a beard, but asking him what he's doing.
Ah! No! Stay back! Don't... Oh, it's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected.
Asking if he's found anything valuable.
Oh yes, an exceptionally common but exceptionally valuable commodity. A face. A face that seems rather stubbornly attached to his skull. I would normally employ a tool to delicately but viciously rip the face from the body. I could then craft a mask to hide my bone. But as I lack such a tool...
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as the body's skin holds firm.
This is rather grim, isn't it? Well, we're assuming he needs to make a mask to cover his face, due to the fact that it's skeletal in nature, may freak a few people out. But yeah, what's the urgency? We're stuck on an island, with nobody in sight.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I have important things to do on Reaper's Coast. I cannot simply sit about waiting for the rest of you to die so I may continue my business in peace. No. I may be an eternal, but my patience has its limits. Indeed. I may be the only eternal. My people seem rather absent. At least from this realm. As for the others, well, There is an excavation site at the Black Pit's oil fields. Perhaps there I'll find my answers.
So first of all, inquiring about Eternals.
A cult? Hardly. We were a race that existed before the idea of race was needed. We were all one. I could ask you to imagine an Eternal as a creature of incredible intelligence and skill. But I fear the limits of your imagination would not do us justice. We studied the mysteries of the universe. We created works of great art. We disappeared. But I will find them. Wherever they are, I will find them. We will have our world again.
Okay, and if everything's disappeared, why on earth are you still here?
Well, that hardly seems relevant. But if you must know, I was inconvenienced for a time. Several centuries, in fact. Or perhaps millennia. One tends to lose track. I was sealed in a tomb for daring to be curious about the world. It seems our king did not agree that the universe should be explored to its full potential. Perhaps I should thank him. It seems I was spared whatever happened to the others. I wonder if flowers would be appropriate.
Okay, so asking if he's got any idea where his other people are.
Well, that is the curious thing.
Bit of
they
small
are
talk.
clearly absent from this world, and yet they are everywhere. Every one of your races resembles them in some manner, and the statues you have built to your gods look remarkably familiar. Perhaps my people have ascended to some new realm, or perhaps your gods are merely a folk memory. Regardless, they are not here, but I will find them. Wherever they are, I will find them.
Well, we're here on our own on an island. I suppose, despite the fact that he did dare to touch us, remember? We'll let that slide for now, simply because we could use an extra pair of hands, even if they are skeletal in nature. So, asking if he would like to travel with us. The more the merrier, for whatever perils may await, and I have a pet cat as well. Yes.
A companion? After you left the others to die on that ship? Hardly actions that instill confidence.
Did you go down helping people? From what I recall, you were reading a book.
Then again, I am somewhat isolated here.
As am I.
I suppose, circumstances being what they are, it could be advantageous.
Indeed it could. And then when I find someone better and more accustomed to taking orders, I'll throw him aside, he's thinking.
You seem more at ease in this world than I. A guide would certainly be useful.
A guide? If you think you must be mistaken, I'm not a guide. But, yes. Company would certainly be most welcome.
Excellent. While we are conversing, perhaps you notice that I am rather skilled in, well, all things. Of course, the arcane arts are my little speciality, but being a brilliant wizard does not mean I cannot handle blade or bow. So, which do you require for this enterprise of yours?
I require from this enterprise of mine a scoundrel, I think. I think we're going to have him as a... Well, seeing as he's got free lockpicking with his fingers, I think we'll sort of play along that sort of theme. And we're going to have this person be the thievery type of person, the one that's going to do any sort of lockpicking, maybe some pickpocketing. We're not beneath pickpocketing. I mean, if we're cavorting with demons and we're trying to get ourselves back to our empire, we need coin. We need money. We need... You know, we need to do so. Pickpocketing a few lesser beings is certainly not going to be something we turn down, the opportunity when it arises, and we need somebody that's going to do that for us. So I think we'll have him as our thief, and in terms of his battle, I think we'll stick with that sort of same theme and have him maybe a scoundrel, dual-wieldy type thing. Very technical term. I think that would be dexterous arts.
Ah, you seek a more subtle approach. How surprisingly civilized. Very well. What do you require?
So we don't want a ranger. Or we don't want him to be a ranger, at least, anyway. Hands dirty. Picking a few locks, stabbing a few backs. A rogue would fit the bill. Yeah, that's definitely along the lines of what I'm thinking. Subtle. Pick a pocket and then retreat to the shadows. A shadow blade. Nah. Hunter in the arcane art, dabbler, a wayfarer, or a metamorph. Nah, I'm thinking rogue. You know, backstabbing, dual daggers, that kind of stuff. I think he would fit that build. I like that kind of build for this character.
I could do that with one hand behind my spine.
Good.
Now, shall we get on?
Yes.
There's rather a lot to see. Splendid. Very well. Let's be off.
Woohoo! We have a new party member, and so it begins. Oh, the madness of it all. Managing more than one inventory. Oh, it's gonna be hellacious. So here he is. An unusual skeleton. Someone stole his mask, yes. He's apparently an Eternal, the last of a lost race, and wants to discover what happened to his people, and he needs to find answers at the Black Pit's oil fields. Well, we'll get to your issues, pal, when we've dealt with our own, and that means we need to find a dreamer before we even contemplate finding your oil fields. Okay, so he comes with... he comes with a few bits. Let's have a look here and sort him out very quickly. Again, I don't know if we need that there. So he comes with throwing knives, which is a ranged attack, backlash, which is a backstab, adrenaline, which from the last game you gained action points immediately, but you lost them in the next turn. So it was good if you were wanting to unleash to kill somebody as quickly as possible. Play dead is his standard ability for him, I think. Fool enemies into thinking you're dead. Okay, that's flurry. That's a special ability. 3 quick attacks. Put that there as a melee based attack. That's a ranged attack there. That's play dead. That's his source power, and then we've got we've got resurrect down there. We've got poison flask. This is he heals with poison. He's an undead, of course, so that's his form of healing. Poison flask, and he has Oh, this is the book he was reading on the ship. Not very long, is it? Lucian's adopted son Damien, I get everywhere, was resentful of his father and became the Lord of Chaos. Oh, his father killed his lover. Well, that might cause you to go a little bit mad. And we have Fane's notebook, filled with meticulous notes, observing the traits and habits of the mortal races. And mating habits. Whatever floats your boat, Mr. Fane. So we have 2 party members, yes, right. Well, we are in charge here, so we shall take the front. Excuse me. Lockpicks, water arrowheads, and stained pants. Once again, they're not exactly fitting, but they are certainly better than these. So again, we shall pitch these horrid things, and lockpicks, flowers. Oh, we're getting all kinds of stuff. I think at some point we're probably going to unburden ourselves onto Fane with all of this crap. We certainly are not the kind of character who wants to be carrying around our own belongings. Watch for the poison. Tree trunk. I'm shot. Oh no. Right, there is a chest here, but we can't get it, so I'm thinking that we need to have... Is it telekinesis? No. Teleport. Is it teleport? I think there's a spell teleport where you can pick things up and teleport them. I wonder if we need that to get to this. I'm thinking it's probably the case. I like the rainbows though. Very nice. The gold at the end of the rainbow. Yeah, I think teleport is required. Either that or a very, very good telekinesis skill, but we don't have either. Right, we need to get rid of this, because we can't walk in poison, and it's blocking this vine. So, we're going to have to use our flame powers to get rid. Although, getting rid of the entire bunch of poison gets rid of his... Oh, there is an ooze barrel there though, so if he does need to heal, we can smash that open and take him back. Really? Unless you can climb vines, kitten, we'll be back soon. And we level up. Hello, Highway Cavalier, welcome. A better way to get rid of it. Oh, feel free. Got a crying child. Oh yes, ooze barrel. Fill potion bottles with poison. Oh, that'll be handy, because we'll have an unlimited supply of poison potions for Fane. Oh, battle stomp removes ground effects. Yes, it does. You're right. Clears non-cursed surfaces and clouds. Yeah, yes, it is heavy. Yes. See, in the first game, you could recruit more characters than you could have in your party. So I used to put. I had a couple of characters at the homestead, and I used to unburden all of my stuff on the characters at the homestead. And so all the barrels and all the crafting stuff went onto a character in the homestead, and you just used to go back there when you wanted to do things, and that was nice and easy. I don't know if there's a similar situation here, or if the 4 people you've got are the 4 people you're stuck with. Do any other characters go to a different area, and then you can kind of switch between them as and when you want. I know you get a boat. I've heard you get like a boat thing. You get like a home base, but whether or not you can actually interchange between the party members to allow you to have one be a pack mule, for instance, I don't know. Or whether we have to just make do with the characters that we've got and be a bit more savvy about what we take with us. Anyway, I don't think we'll be bothered about speaking to a snivelling child, so I will speak with this woman instead.
Where is she? You go with us. Who are you? Are you from the shelter? She says nothing of another. Fire, alas! She is so late!
And she just appears to be speaking madness. You sense an opportunity. Say she sent you to collect all the group's valuables. I'm actually quite tempted. I did say that we're not above stealing from people. But, I mean, does she look like the kind of person that's going to have valuables? No. So, perhaps just asking her to explain what she means.
Never mind. It is not your concern. You leave. But...
She leans forward,
Her eyes are wet with fear as she takes your hand.
Oh, another one touching us without being told to do so. These people have no nerve.
Please, do not lead anyone here.
Or rather, they have a nerve. Remove yourself from me. Goodness gracious. What makes people think... Maybe just people like touching lizards, I don't know. Maybe it's just the scaly skin. People are intrigued. What does it feel like? I'll just put my hands upon him and make some excuse. Right. As soon as I've been down here and cleared this area, that is exactly where I got to in my first test run. So anything after this point would be blind. Now I'm gonna throw the question out there. My dinner is now ready, and I'm gonna bob down in a second. But I can either end the stream, or if people have got a bit more time or would like me to continue on in 10 minutes' time for another hour or so, I'm happy to do so. Just let me know now. Yeah, I had 3 people last time I came here. I know these turtles turn a bit doolally. But I'm going to give it a go. Please continue. Right, okay, at least one person wants to watch, so in which case, even if it's just one person, yeah, okay. I'll go down and get my dinner. I'll wolf it down, so I will be back in... I'll be back, actually, in 2 minutes. I won't talk, I won't commentate, but I'll still play. How's that? So, see you shortly. Oh, it's stir fry, chicken stir fry. Oh, it smells delicious. Okay, so I'm going to try this. I might struggle, as been pointed out. It was easy with 3, and I had 3 last time I came here, but I've only got 2 now. So let's just quickly check what's going on. A corpse. Some innocent looking turtles and a chest. So we do certainly want to we certainly do want to come here, and we do want to pass, so we're going to dive on in. We could level up, yes we could. That's probably a good idea, considering that we're going to need all the help we can get. So let's do that first. I'll do the leveling up, then I'll mute myself, eat and fight at the same time, giving you an opportunity whilst I'm fighting to give me some tips and advice, because it could be tough. Right, how do we level up? Character screen. So I think we're going to focus with the Red Prince obviously on strength and constitution, and we're going to need a little bit of wits, I think, for some crit. Is that right? I'm going to have to research that, but at least strength. Why do we get 2 points? 2? Wow, that's quite a... Right, 13, 12, that'll do. First level up, we're not going to stress over it. We get an extra point. So, putting points in Geo, or putting points in your skills, used to unlock levels, and I think it just deals more damage now. Warfare increases our physical attacks, so that could be something to put the point into for now. And the ability here, bartering we're not going to use, lucky charm we're not going to use with him. It's lawmaster and persuasion for him. I think more persuasion is probably best. I like to think he can talk himself out of a situation if he needs to. Okay, so it is like the first one. You do need specific levels to be able to use the more advanced skills, but they also provide, by the the looks of it. Extra damage percentage as well. So, let's have a look at Fane then. So he gets 2 points as well, I imagine, and we're Scoundrel with him. So, Constitution, because he's going to be up close and personal, Finesse for his weapons, and probably one other stat as well. Strength, maybe? Because that will do... Oh no, strength-based weapons. That's not right, is it? Well, we put a point in Finesse, and I'll probably go 1 more point in Constitution. Daggers scale with Finesse, yes, Finesse. I don't want to put another point in Constitution just yet with him. I'm going to go 14 Finesse. 14 Finesse, just max out the DPS ability. 11 Constitution's fine. Right, dual wielding. So another point in dual wielding would do extra damage and extra dodging as well. I don't know what other skill, or Scoundrel. It's Scoundrel, isn't it? Dual wielding and Scoundrel. Crit multiplier. Your crit's very good, of course. I think high critting seems good. I mean, it's only early doors. I think we'll go an extra point in Scoundrel rather than dual wield. And here, I think we want to max out Thievery as quickly as possible. Or at least get a couple of points in quite early. Unlock some chests and stuff. Yeah, that seems to work. Right, quick save. I'm going to now mute myself so I can eat. And I'm going to dive into this fight. So feel free to shout any tips, any tactical help. I may need it.
To these turtles. They're transforming.
Prepare yourself.
Skin of the teeth! Bloody hell.
Swallowed too much seawater by the looks of him.
Foolish to attempt an escape by sea in these waters.
Locked.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Sorry about that. Thought I might need to speak for this bit. Oh dear. Right, dinner is gone. So really enjoyed that turtle fight. A little bit more tricky with 2 people than 3, but a sense of achievement when you got there in the end. Right, we are the Red Prince. This is a fellow kin. We command her to disobey. She's acting so meekly and mildly here. She obviously stands above the petty laws of these slave folk.
Stay silent, lizard!
The hell does she think she's speaking to?
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years.
The hell is going on here? I'm confused.
The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the Void destroy it. Dallas?
Uh-oh. I think she's going down here.
Yes, Your Holiness?
I believe we're done here.
That doesn't sound good for Atusa. Oh dear! Oh!
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
What happened there?
The Lizard Magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
Oh dear. Blood for blood. Yeah, well, definitely. But she wasn't magic. No, blood. No. This is insulting. Certainly.
These creatures are so prone to violence. Naturally, the weaker specimens suffer.
Oh, certainly not a weaker specimen. Obviously, she was caught off guard. Maybe she was not sound of mind. I mean, for goodness sake. But no point in her goodies.
I can't wait all day.
Oh, somebody else is chatting here, is it? Ah! Oh, this looks like a settlement of sorts. Oh. I'm going to be overwhelmed here with people. I'm going to be overwhelmed. She just transformed into dirt. Right, well, rather than going up the ladder, I think we'll go through the gates. What is this? Is this? I suppose this is. Oh, wait, this is the Fort Joy Ghetto. Oh, how the Red Prince is going to enjoy himself here. What have we got going on? We've arrived at Fort Joy's Sorcerer Ghetto. Some people around here will know of a way to escape. We should look around. And a magister named Atusa was executed for dissent. Okay, that's worth exploring, apparently. Okay. That was our welcome part. Well, it was a rather explosive affair. Oops! Yes, we know about quick save. This cat is still following us. We're not going to speak with the magisters. I don't think we care to speak with those people. We'll speak with a few collared folks. See what we can gather. Any dissents? Any sense of uprising? Any ways off this godforsaken island? I mean, this looks rather grim, it has to be said here. Very, very grim indeed. Run down, dishevelled. That's just the people.
Did you see them, sir? Bishop Alexander and the Hammer herself. They were so close, almost within arm's reach.
Well, at least he's calling us sir. At least he's got some modicum of how to greet somebody above his station. Forced enough to watch them murder one of our own kind. Yes, you do well not to sound so excited about what you've just witnessed.
A kin, is it? A traitor cannot be murdered. A traitor can only receive their due. Doubly so for a lizard traitor. It's a pity she couldn't die twice.
Traitor. Everyone is a traitor to someone. Depends which side you're on.
The Divine Order's all that stands between everything you see and a void woken's throat. Any traitor to them is a traitor to us all.
You can trade with pretty much everybody, if you wished.
Believe it or don't, the Divine Order doesn't need our loyalty. They'll save us in spite of ourselves. Even you, skin shedder.
Oh, skin shedder. Oh, now the insults have been thrown around, aren't they? Isn't that nice? That's what you get when you're treating with lowlife. Petty name calling. Stupid, stupid, stupid moron. Interesting. I mean, if he had anything worth stealing, I'd give it a try, but it's barely worth causing a scene in this town. To steal rags off a beggar's back. Okay, so we'll just take our time, mosey around and deal with these racists.
I told him his name exactly.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
A fella can't hear himself think with all this racket. Day and night she hollers after that child. Yeah, that Farah. You gotta cut that out. What's happened to you?
Oh, child. Ooh, slices of watermelon. So they're obviously looking for a child. There was a child on the beach that we saw that was playing with the mirror whilst picking his nose. That's probably the child they're looking for. Yes, but if you want her to stop her incessant whining, then maybe you might want to get off your backside and perhaps provide assistance.
Aye, she needs help, but none that I can give. Mad as a cuckoo, that one, and twice as loud.
And why do you think she's mad?
What else do you call hollering after a ghost? That child of hers she's shouting after's been dead and buried a month over. Killed by a void woken back in our own village. Never even stepped foot in Fort Joy. And there ain't no amount of hollering that'll bring her back.
Oh, very sad. Well, I don't think we need to speak with her. She's obviously mad with grief. We could do without being... oh, stained pants.
He hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
Can do without being slobbered on. She'll probably start crying on our shoulder, God forsake. Start touching us like every other person here. Majesty Arrow. Oh, we can go to the top of these towers. Brother Buyer. Oh, a bit of a nosy up there. The Shiv.
Where are you, darling?
Find a sharp piece of metal, wrap one end in cloth, and you have a Shiv. So who am I seeing here? Let's have a look. You can trade with people, before from the gate, somebody to speak to that we might be interested in. Yeah. It's a dangerous game when you're role playing because you don't want. I don't want to speak to certain people, but then you might miss stuff. What's going on here?
Looky here, mates. A fresh face. We love fresh faces, don't we? Oh, yes, we do. Why don't you join us in a round of cards? First hands on the house.
Ooh, a game of cards. It's nice that they seem to be welcoming, but would we want to sit down and play a game of cards with these people? No. Surely not. But then again, if we decline the game, is it going to cause more trouble than it's worth? Perhaps we have to change our tact here and perhaps get ourselves dirty to get information from these people. Interesting. Interesting. Should we... Ralvo. Right, go on then. This is like a unknown territory for the Red Prince here. He's gonna see if we actually just lower ourselves to these people's level. Do we actually get any further with them?
Chuff to you, Chief. Here are your cards. You're up first.
We're just gonna play it back. This is a new experiment here.
You glance at your hand. 2 purple monarchs. A hard hand to beat.
I mean, does he even know what he's doing? Probably not. 2 purple monarchs, 2 of the same card, two of the same. It looks pretty. I think we're going to play.
Quite the hand, Freshie. Unfortunately, 2 is less than 5, and that's how many purples I've got. I reckon that makes me the winner. I'll be having your fee then.
Fee? Is that how this works? This does not seem to be quite above board.
I'm sure the Reds told you. No one gets along without paying the interment fee. So, let's make this easy. Empty your pockets.
Oh, well, we don't think we take too kind to being robbed. Ah, dear. Oh, how's this gonna go? Well, we're gonna try and talk our way out of this. We've got persuasion for this very thing. As you can quite clearly see, I am a man of status, dressed as he is. So you do better having me on your side than not.
Don't think your connections will get here in time to save you if you don't pay up now.
That doesn't work. Right. Well, do I look as if I have anything valuable on me? Do I look like I'm carrying trunks of gold in my wake?
Go on then. Whatever pennies you've got in your pocket ain't worth my breath. But don't you go telling Griff I was soft on you.
Oh, it's good to see he's seen reason. And Griff asking who this Griff is. It appears as if he fears him, and therefore he might be in charge of this rabble.
Another inmate, but you wouldn't guess it. Runs this place like he's Dallas herself. Shouldn't be too hard to find him in the kitchen, but he doesn't take too kindly to your kind.
Oh, well, that's, seems we have picked a race that people don't like. Inadvertently, I suppose. Right, okay, so well, considering that we've gone away with our wares intact, I think we'll call that quits and move on. Fish bones, bucket helmets, anything else worth our time here? There is a crate over there.
I don't think I ain't watching. That's your 5th blue jester this round.
What of it?
Oh, another skill book. Oh, an axe. Okay, so he's getting along quite swimmingly, his our Red Prince, isn't he? He's taken down 3 turtles, while Fane decided to take a nap in a pile of dust and bones, and he's managed to dodge a bullet here, having been cheated at cards. I think he's probably feeling quite happy with himself. These people bending to his will without even knowing it. Oh, who's this little man?
Greetings, child. Frightful far from home, ain't you? Visited your ancient empire myself a long time ago. The Divine's light sure shines on your kind.
The Divine's light sure shines on your kind. Child. Yes, I don't think he appreciates being called child. Certainly not.
No disrespect, eh? I'm used to calling all the Divine's offspring that way. Absent though our father may be.
Ah, he's a religious mumbo. Religious speak, is it? Religious child. Well, nonetheless, don't appreciate the tone. Thank you. Okay, I think we're done up here, so we're going to go down back into the bowels of the cesspit. There's a few people here gathered in the sort of middle area. I think we'll. It's quite a lot. Oh, bloody hellfire! Quite a large zone. This.
Come on, old man. I can't wait all day.
We'll talk with these down here. We'll talk with the rabble.
Come on then, Legsy. Hey up.
Legsy?
I find only bread. I want no trouble.
Oh!
Bread or
oh
brisket, goes the same.
Your grift teaches you to bully others.
Oh!
Pathetic.
We recognise this man.
You. Help me teach this beast. He must respect. If not, he comes for you next.
Who are you talking about?
Respect? Huh. Someone's got to keep this place running. Griff can't do it for free. Why'd you gotta make this so hard?
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms.
Oh!
Yes.
You
met aboard the ship on the way here.
Well, he was the only person aboard that ship who actually caught our interest. So we're quite pleased to see him.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
I like his voice as well. I think he's going to be our next party member. Fane, Ifan, and I'll have to find one more. Who's going to be the final piece of the puzzle? I want the dwarf man, but we kind of overlooked him at the moment.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff, especially not one of you.
Ooh, we could step aside alongside Ifan here and show some support. Well, we're not going to tell her to pay up. I mean, we're kind of not really too fussed about this situation, but we do want to kind of get to this man here. So we're going to concern ourselves with Griff for now.
Runs the kitchen. Means he runs me, you, and everyone else in camp.
Right. Yes. Well, we're going to stand beside Ivan. Tell him to back away.
Burrow looks you both up and down, sizing up your combined threat.
Ah, get out of here. The both of you. You ain't worth the sweat of my brow anyhow.
Yeah, it's more like you're cacking your pants, but there you go.
The elf smiles and bows to you in thanks.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us.
Oh.
There is a safe place.
Okay. The shakedown. Oh, is he still going to stand there? Come! No, you're not coming? Well, we'll follow this lady for now. If she's taking us to a safe place, it could be somewhere where we can gather our thoughts. Unless she's leading us to a trap. We highly doubt it. Oh, dogs running around. I'll have to go back to... oh, we're still getting followed by this cat. What on earth are you taking? A cave? Right, so we, okay, well, that's where we started. We've come here. This is the entrance way to the square. Griff is there somewhere. It's quite a large area. And now we have a cavern. Right. Well...
a little reprieve from the din outside.
Seems the Red Prince is quite happy with this little setup. And is that a fellow kin here?
The Red Demon.
Oh.
The exiled pig.
Oh.
I'd heard they'd sent you here, but I'd hoped you'd have drowned yourself before crossing my path.
Well, he's not pleased to see us. Ooh. Yes, I think we're gonna slap for step forward and slap. Oh dear. Do we do that? Oh, that seems like something I would really want to do. Do you know who you speak? Poof!
Your strike makes the lizard recoil, but he soon regains his bearings.
Oh.
Slowly, he draws his weapon.
How dare you speak to me in such a tone? You should know better.
When a slave strikes a master, the slave dies. You are a demon slave. You die.
Well, we'll see about that, won't we? We come here for reprieve and we get talked to like that. We shall teach this man a lesson. Well, this lizard rather. Well, after you've backlashed him, of course. Boom. Right, there we go. Oh, crippling blow. That's bad. And battle stomp. That's also bad. Okay, what do we need to do here? I think we need to put him down with a battle stomp of our own. Have a bit of that. We ain't losing to this guy. No chance. Right, they're both stood up now. Right, okay. Does this hit just... Does that hit everybody, or does it hit just enemy targets? That lizard was a trader who sold world... Oh, you're joking! Oh, we can't be killing him. Oh no, you should have told me that. Oh, I'm killing a trader. Oh, this is not good. Let's hope he kills us and we maybe take a different line. Oh, he's not the only trader. Okay, I know in the first game, certain traders, if you killed them, you were pretty much screwed yourself. Oh. Somebody said yeah. I don't know if this hits everybody or just. He's the first warfare trader you can run into. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Right, we're going to fortify. I wonder if you should fortify him because he's actually getting pummeled here.
Glory is mine.
Yeah, we'll fortify you. Can we? We can move for free, but I don't think we can get into backstab range because we're being blocked. 2 AP. Just. I think we need to do something. Play dead. Yeah. Get the heat off us. Yep, if we're sticking to roleplay, you gotta do these things. You gotta take the rough with the smooth. And if you manage to, if the first person you stumble across is a trader who could have been useful to you, doesn't matter. When he besmirches the name of the Red Prince, we gotta take action. And that action was a rather nice slap across the chops. All in. Missed. Or did you miss? Or, well, whatever you did, it just barely tickled me. So, do you want to do something slightly more dangerous? As we chop you down. Right, can you get up now? How do we... Yeah, we can. Surprise! I'm not asleep!
Hurts, doesn't it?
Right. Hopefully, other people in this hellhole will have seen what happened there and will show me the necessary respect. Right, looting. Well, let's hope he's got a load of books after we've just killed him. Have you got a load of warfare books on you? No. A log, a pot, and some gold. Well, seeing a pot. Could have been a pot of books. Oh, I feel like I've been robbed. I've been robbed of skill books. If it was just like random skill books, couldn't it have been ice, what aerothurge books or anything? I've got a warfare character and I kill the first warfare trader we come across. Right, I'm not going to speak with the kids. Ruler.
No one tells me there are so many children in this Fort Joy. Magisters I handle, but small ones.
Sounds like I need another build. Yeah, I feel your pain, love. The children running around is enough to give you a damn headache. Children are necessary for a stable... No, agree. Certainly agree. And shuddering as well with their high-pitched screeches in the background.
You know what they do? They play a game called Scream. In this game, they see who screams the loudest. I feel the Divine's loss so sharply during Scream.
Oh, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. She looks a bit confused, this woman here.
The young girl's eyes are covered, but she turns towards you when you approach. She smiles as though she recognizes you, though she couldn't have seen your face.
Is she blind? Yeah, she's blind.
Hello, dear prince. Hello, betrayed soul. How sad to stand accused, to be innocent but not believed.
Yeah. How on earth does she know that?
I see it before my eyes.
I don't mean to sound awful here, but your eyes don't appear to be seeing anything. Unless, of course, you're talking about far-seeing.
It is not so bad. I know which days have bread and which days have none. I know more bread comes someday. It helps.
Well, we'll change the subject. I don't want to get into a conversation about ourselves with some random, strange, far-seeing woman. I'm looking for a way out of Fort Joy. Being straight up and to the point, and considering this little cave setup, it seems like these people would not go running to the Magisters.
Her eyebrows shoot up.
There can be a way. Amiro knows. But he is gone. Do you see him? He knows how to leave.
Amiro? I have not come across such a man, but asking about him.
My protector, my friend. An elf like me, with a spirit bright as new leaves. He tries to help me, to save me, and he suffers very much. He is caught by those who hurt him. I wish so much for his return. And he tells you what you seek. A way out.
Well, if he is the man to get us out of this little pickle, then we will do our best to find him. But we're not one to give promises willy-nilly. We just simply state that we will consider her request.
I know I can trust you. I see it before my eyes. I see something that helps. I see a lizard. He is a lizard of many dreams, of far feeling. You do not free Amiro without him.
A dreamer. We are seeking a dreamer.
Yes, please ask.
What? Yeah. Why is everybody holed up in this cave? Is certainly a question we would like to ask.
It is safer here. We make no trouble for Griff. He makes no trouble for us.
Okay, fair enough. And asking how she and Amiro came to Fort Joy.
I knew we must be here. I am not sure how much to explain. You are here, and so we are here.
Okay. I'll do then. The imprisoned elf. I've magicked you, you're dead. That's some. Oh god, that takes me back to my day. I've magicked you, you're dead. Bless the children. Bless the children. Bless their little hearts. Oh, we can actually take stuff here. We're going to need to take as much as we can because as compensation for a loss of skill books. Right, this is the elf that we saved from the thug.
Thank you for your help with that, thug. No doubt he turns on you next. These humans hate us.
Suppose we can relate to that. Happy to help? Maybe not specifically. Yeah, giving us some advice. Be more careful or toughen up, else you find yourself in a similar pickle in future.
To be vulnerable in a place like this is tough. You may keep your shame for yourself. An open heart knows the difference between right and wrong. It is not wrong to walk in the camp. It is wrong to assault one walking. You walk among the humans too long if you think differently.
Okay. The shakedown. Different things are happening in laws and quests. Ask if she knows the way out of the fort. Yep, we're going to ask everybody we can who we can sort of trust. See if we may get multiple options as to how to escape. And we're going to pick the easiest one. The quickest and easiest one.
I hear of no escapes. The only way out is through the Magisters, through their cure. Thugs I can stand, but I fear the Magisters.
Okay, and asking who's in charge. Obviously not this Griff person, but there must be one of the Magisters here, one head honcho.
In this cave, we trust the healer. She is young, but she sees. She knows more than we know. In the camp, the brute Griff rules. He who gives the bread has the power.
Okay, so, and finally, asking how she came here.
It gives me great pain. I'm with my family. We are making beautiful magic. We are healing a tree cut down with great violence. The Magisters come. My family runs, but I fall. My son looks back. I shout to him to run. I am taken.
Oh, some kind of druidy type person.
Wait, before you go, I am not here without your help. I do not forget this. For you, a prize. I save it for a special occasion, but I can think of no finer occasion than this.
So elves can eat limbs and experience memories of the person to whom the limb belonged. Did she give me a head? Oh, how glorious. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No, pleasure's all mine. Oh! Do I get a real... Oh! So I will receive 25 gold, an oil flask, and either some bronze scale pants, a wizard hat, a toy crossbow, a shank, or a shadow essence. What do you think, guys? What should we pick? Ho ho! I didn't know you could choose your reward type situation. That hat looks amazing. The wizard hat. It looks hideous. Essence. Which is the most expensive? The toy crossbow is actually the most expensive. Armour for Fane. Yeah, this will provide some nice armour. And he's getting hit quite a bit, isn't he? So I think we'll go with that. It's the most usable out of the lot. So we'll go for that. Somebody asked about Uncle Mozilla, I think it was, asked about the next class of character. Well, we obviously need a spellcaster or some such. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go... I've got the tanky character, obviously is the Red Prince. Fane is going to be the Scoundrel, which is the DPS roguey type dual wield daggers. I think I'm going to go for a spellcaster, a generalist spellcaster, which is one that's going to specialise in no particular school, which is, I know, probably bad, because it's going to limit our outright ability to deal damage if we spread our points too thinly, but I want to have access to most of the trees. So perhaps air, water, fire, and one other. So maybe specialising a little bit more in hydro, if that's the more healy type. And then I think I'm going to go for one summoner slash ranger hybrid. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm going to make it work. I don't know if it's viable. I will have to read on. Is this as far as we can go in this little thingy? Huntsman. Yes, I was looking at that. It was I saw a build for a generalist spellcaster that used Huntsman, and I can't remember why. But it was. Oh, yeah, that was it. It was for the high ground. Yes, it was for the high ground thing. But you didn't need it until you know, quite a little bit later on. So that's the build for the spellcaster. I've got one sort of in mind from the research I've done. You can go behind here. I think we can destroy these and go behind, but I don't wish to do that just yet. So we've got a little bit of information from here. A little bit of information. We know about a potential way out and who to speak to or who to find for that. But we'll continue to explore the rest of the ghetto. And first of all, we'll go right back to Mr. Ifan Ben-Mezd. Oh, he's dead. Or he's got one hit point left. He's probably alive but dying. But sorry, very busy. people to speak to. I'm not even going to look at any of this area in terms of looting, because I'm going to do it in a kind of a methodical manner. If I start peeling off, I'm going to get distracted. So we'll go back to where we were. One of these people has a wolf. Is that right that one of the characters has a wolf? One of the story characters? It's not him, is it? Sure, one of them had a wolf. I was sure. It is, yeah. In which case, wouldn't it make sense for him to be a ranger? Oh, it's a spell. Oh, it's a spell. Right. Okay. See, if I recruit him now, I don't know what I want him to be, and I don't want to wait till Act 2 to recruit him. I mean, to respec. I suppose we could make him the summoner. I mean, he's already got a wolf, but he could summon other stuff. Ranger summoner? He's already got a crossbow.
Oh, I don't feel so good.
And then we'll have perhaps... I wanted the dwarf, but I don't think a dwarven spellcaster kind of looks very... It doesn't kind of fit the mould, does it? A dwarven spellcaster? Anyway.
Fane rolls his sleeves back down.
I think I might go for Los instead.
The shadow of a smile
and have her as a I'd go with the flow. What we stumble across next? If the red lizard likes them, we'll go with that character. Forget moulds. Forget moulds. This ain't D&D. Forget that nonsense. We're gonna go for outlandish stuff. We're gonna have a dwarven mage, okay? So he's rolling his sleeves down. He's nodding and he's smiling, which is a good sign.
Good work there. Good work. I can tell you've got chops. Say, you were on the ship here with me, weren't you?
Yes, we talked.
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours.
Okay. We appreciate this. I mean, yeah, shaking hands with lower races, I suppose, is a little bit something out there. But at least he's not grabbing us, touching us without without us at least, you know, granting him permission to do so. So we're actually probably not a smile, more of a grimace. More of a grimace, but we will shake this man's hand.
He grips your hand tight as a vice and shakes it hard.
Welcome, David. Welcome. Thank you. Ooh, a vice-like. We appreciate a man that can shake a hand. There's nothing worse than a limp handshake.
Say, you don't look all that busy now that we're safely on dry land.
What?
I could use someone to watch my back, and it looks like you could use someone to watch yours.
Well, if he thinks that we are some mere servant to watch his back, there's another thing going. But he has a point. The more people watching mine is certainly the merrier.
I've just got a small errand to run, and then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place?
And he wants to escape, so this is all fitting the mould quite nicely. He's kind of, you know, we're singing off the same hymn sheet here. He did mention lone wolves. He did. We're intrigued. Is he part of some band? Does he have access to contacts that could help us in the along the path? Just who is this man?
He shrugs, looking off to the side.
Mercenaries. It's a job. My job.
Okay. Nothing, nothing too exciting. Mercenaries. All right. Well, mercenaries need to be able to handle themselves, so that's a good start. You mentioned an errand, so we're going to ask about that. We could really do without too many distractions. We're already going to have to go to some oil fields. I've got my own tasks to worry about. Do we need any more people with their trivial problems?
Everyone needs to make a living. I make mine running errands.
The little black cat trailing you hisses at him,
Ooh.
hair raising a ridge along its back. Without batting an eyelid, The man rumbles a lupine growl. The cat hides behind your leg, mewling.
Oh dear. I'm afraid I can't have you in my party, Mr. Ifan, because my here newfound friend Kitty here doesn't like you. And therefore, I find that cats are a good sense of judging a character. So I think we're going to have to pull the plug here, guys. Gonna have to pull the plug. When the cat says no, we gotta say no. This cat is a person, I'm telling you. This cat is a character. I've got a feeling. Anyway, we'll go against our better judgment. And we'll ignore the cats hissing for now. So he's got an errand to do. Yeah, it sounds like he's here to kill somebody. Who is it?
He shoots you a flinty look, all teeth and peril.
Come on, who is it? It may help us.
Lone wolves only share such information with friends. Are we going to be friends?
Well, if you consider us both trying to escape this godforsaken place, watching each other's back as we do so, and take that as at least acquaintances.
He grins, sharp teeth glittering in the midday sun.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strategies up front. Should keep more of our blood in. Survival's my main priority. I'll use every trick in the book to keep us alive. But if a wayfarer's not what you're after, I've got other skills. What do you need?
I got other skills. I got the power of the voice. Okay, wayfarer sounds pretty useful. It's quite close to what I'm after. Oh, the better. Ranger magic. Well, that's what we're after, isn't it? We're after ranger with summoner, but I don't want ranger with magic, with a random skill, with a random magic type. So I think we'd be safer picking him as a pure ranger now, and then sort of meandering him into summoning. Yeah, magic isn't summoner. No, okay, it's fine. So we'll go for, is it finesse?
Dexterous arts. What are you looking for exactly?
I'm looking for
tapestry embroiderer.
Tapestry embroiderer. He's got a sense of humour as well. He's got it all. He's got the raspy voice. He's got the cool, calm demeanour, and he's got a sense of humour. If I was a woman, I'd be falling at your feet, wouldn't I? No, maybe not. Right, a ranger. I think ranger. Yeah. Summon demons. Maybe we should have been the summoner. We were the one that dabbled with demons, right? We're gonna go ranger.
Can do. Onwards.
Ah, now you're a man of few words. He's a mystery, this guy. He is a mystery. Yes.
He scans the horizon for threats with one green eye, then nods back at you.
You can have the mage part be a parser.
Right you are. Lead the way.
Lead the way. I wonder if he's going to level up, or is he already going to level up because he's level... Oh, he's already level 2, which means they'll have already given him preset level stuff. I wish they'd put him in your party as level 1 and allow you to level up to level 2 yourself. That would be quite nice. But anyway, we'll see what he has been given. We haven't seen the skill book screen yet because I haven't used it, but here we are. He is down as a ranger for now, and he's come with actually huntsman and pyro. Oh, that's not quite what we were after. But we can respec if necessary. I'm going to make him work as a ranger summoner. But he's got a... right, so he's got elemental arrowheads. Target a surface in melee radius for 1 turn. Elemental damage matching that surface is added to your ranged weapon attacks. That sounds complicated. It's probably because it's getting late at night. Ricochet! I know Ricochet! I see that in the previous game. Peace of Mind is a buffy type thing. Yeah, strength and finesse and intelligence, and it also removes a few negative status. These aren't the greatest of skills, are they? Encourage.
Is that indigestion, or is it... or
Used to be a skill in the old man-at-arms tree. Okay. Okay. It's actually not that good to start with. He's not that good to start with as a ranger in terms of the preset build. 13 finesse and 12 wits. That works. Summoner needs wits. No, the summoners need memory as well. No, summoners don't need finesse, memory, and wits. I think is going to be the main stats for this guy. A little bit of constitution. So if we step on water, okay, we'll roll with it. We'll roll with it. Right, we need to deck this man out in something. So, all right, scale pants for you, and then we'll give old Ifan here the old knee pads, and we'll fling those threadbare pants away. We don't need those. He comes with oh no, wrong inventory. He's got fire arrows already, minor healing potion, and he has a mysterious letter. Ben-Mezd. Summoners need a lot of memory. Yeah, I thought memory would be something we would need. Don't worry, I shall do my research. I'm just sort of throwing ideas out. I've got my main character sorted really in my mind, but the other one's not so sure. Here's a bombshell. Oh, don't give me bombshells, Ollie. Come on, come on. It was going so well. Don't tell me my build can't work. Your target is none other than Divine Bishop Alexander. Oh, is this the bombshell you're talking about? This? Oh! He is going to kill, or he needs to kill.
Is that indigestion, or is it... Oh god, not now.
The leader of the Divine Order. Oh, well that shouldn't be too difficult, should it? Oh, flipping hell. Get close and show our benefactor why the Silver Claw is the most feared amongst all the lone wolves. Seek Magister Boris in the Ghetto. Speak our motto, Glekau Duma. May the moon light your tracks. So the Silver Claw, somebody said he's like, yeah, werewolf, Silver Claw, talking about the moon. Yeah, the signs are there.
So, time to find this Boris fellow.
Oh. Don't get ahead of yourself, Ifan. Do you mind if I don't... Oh yeah, look, our severed head. We've got a severed head. Sightless eyes. I mean, do we throw this away? I mean, it was given to us as a gift. We kind of almost feel like, oh, should we keep this with us? A trophy, a token. Goodness God! Right, where's Ifan's inventory? Let's get this set up. Whilst the Red Prince is sort of twirling this severed head in his hand. Right, we're gonna need to sort out his stuff. So I'm getting sidetracked here. Panties, stained pants. No. We got a special bow here. Darling bow. Every time I see this, I keep wanting to say the darling buds of May. Right, what else does he have? He has one of them. Okay, right, he's got arrows as well. He's of course going to use a load of elemental arrows as the ranger of the party. Basic attack, why did I put that there? Ricochet, that's going to be useful. Elemental arrowheads, he's got peace of mind and encourage. 2 buffs, and this that he can't use. He's lacking a little bit in abilities at this moment in time. Just a little bit lacking. This music is so great. So great. Arrows. What arrows? What arrows are there? Oh yes, arrows of fire. Do they not stack? Yes, they do stack. There we go. Anything else I'm missing? There's just so much stuff.
Is that indigestion or is it?
So much stuff. I should probably use auto sort, but I'm a little bit. A full healing potion. Full healing potion. Right, we're going to forget the inventory work. I'll do that once we have finished the session. I don't want to bore you with juggling things. So we've got him now. We've got 3 people in the party. We're going to continue to explore for about another 10 or 15 minutes, and then I'll draw the session to a close. So, who else are we going to talk to here? Kana. Oh, Kana, you're looking a little bit different.
I saw what you did there, convincing Burrow not to lay down the law on that elf. Anything for a fellow sorcerer, isn't that right?
Everyone in here is a sorcerer, unless I'm mistaken.
Sure, I got a little source in me, but I'm a human. We're trying to save Rivellon from source, even when it's in our own bellies. It's the rest of you that are causing all this chaos.
Another one that speaks nonsense. Right, well, I think what we're going to do, seeing as we've already walked down this side of things, we'll just kind of burrow. Who's this?
You're kind of getting too big for your boots, you know? Bloody cavies. Ought to keep out of our hair if you don't want to pay for the pleasure.
Cavies? Oh, this is the thug. We're not gonna cross words with him. No, sorry. Right, we've got healing potions. We've got scraps, pieces of metal. We've got some boots here. Ooh, it seems like the ripe situation for a bit of theft. But she's on the prowl, this woman here, unfortunately.
As you approach the blacksmith, you feel a bony hand on your arm. Fane leans in and whispers in your ear.
Oh. I suppose we can just about bear our own companions laying their hands on us.
If it would be acceptable, I have an inquiry for this human. It is of a personal nature.
Oh.
And if it would not be acceptable, well, that would render this entire conversation rather awkward.
Well, we appreciate the fact that he is asking our permission. You know, he knows which side his bread is buttered. He's falling into line. We like that. So, as we just sort of pause and ponder, make him wait, just so that he knows who's in charge, then we shall allow him to speak with this woman. Fine.
Fane approaches the blacksmith and quietly speaks to her. You can't overhear much, but he seems to be gesturing towards her head an awful lot.
What, does he want a knife so he can cut somebody's face off? He wants a knife, doesn't he, so he can cut somebody's face off? Yeah, it's about the second time he's touched us. The first time we didn't know him. Very, very bad. This time, we've only known him for 5 minutes. But we'll allow it because he's in our company. But it is getting a bit much.
Fane's words are quiet, but you hear the blacksmith repeat, "Face ripper?"
Oh, yes.
She slowly starts to back away.
Okay, if you've ticked this woman off, Fane, this will be the last time that we allow you to speak to somebody. So don't even ask in future.
What is it with creeps like you and Master Niles? I told him to slither back to his dungeon, and you can get too, freak.
Okay, you're definitely not speaking to anybody else again. Take note.
Fane backs away, scratching his head. It seems that didn't go as he'd expected. He is lost in thought, though. She must have said something he found interesting.
Be aware, companions who really don't like you will leave your party. Oh dear. Yeah, I think any time that we oh, this is bad. We better treat these people with a bit of respect, otherwise we're going to have nobody left to help us.
Who in their right mind would think of a thing like this?
Right, maybe I should talk to this woman, seeing as you've made a pig's ear of it.
Amidst a crowd of screws, bolts and scraps of metal, the woman is manipulating a glove-like contraption fitted with 5 long metal skewers. She doesn't look up as you approach.
what you're after?
Okay, so apparently she's a merchant that sells stuff. Conjure Incarnate, Farsight Infusion. So she's the summoning trainer. She sells summoning books, yeah, and a few odds and ends. Oh, God, this brings back memories. The amount of hours I spent in the flipping trading screen buying bloody crafting equipment in the first game is ridiculous. And we're not going to buy anything just yet. How much money have we got? 214 coin. Oh, we're rich beyond our wildest dreams. Okay. We aren't just simply being polite, which is a darn sight more than I can say for anybody else in this here slum.
Get Ben.
Wow. And on that bombshell, we're going to cut the conversation short before we end up saying something which leads us to having to strike her dead next.
Dallas, you maniac.
Bartering, yes, that would be handy. It would be probably a good time to start planning the characters a little bit in terms of the different thingies. So the main character's got persuasion. Let me look at this. So thievery, Fane. Well, I don't want Fane having bartering. I mean, he's not the personable sort of person. I don't think neither's him. So I actually think that the final person that we get, that we're going to have as the spell caster, I think we'll go with them. I think we'll go telekinesis, bartering, persuasion, lawmaster for him, sneaking thievery for him, and then for him, he can have lucky charm and one other. So I think we'll have, yeah. I don't think he looks like a bartering type either. I don't think any of my characters are going to be bartering type. A dwarf? Well, actually, a dwarf could be good at bartering. Dwarves are quite merchant savvy, aren't they? So I think, yeah, the dwarf would be the perfect bartering character. Anyway, yeah, we're not getting much joy. Is she gone? Her back's turned. Can we steal from her? Fane? She didn't like you. She didn't like me. So I think we need to teach her a lesson. These little goodies here are going to go walkabouts, I think. Sneaking failed. Sneaking failed. Sneaking successful. This is going to go horribly wrong, isn't it? This is going to go horribly wrong. What do we want? I mean, I'm not going to risk...
Where's the oil?
I'm not going to risk getting caught for some scraps of metal, but a potion? Certainly. Crime scene. Someone like murdering or steal it. Leave a crime scene. Even if nobody saw you commit a crime, they may stumble upon the crime scene later and start investigating. Oh. Oh. Perhaps we should have stolen the thing and then ran off. Oh, flipping hell. This is it, isn't it? Tension. Tension has got something to do with this. Right, we should have stolen the damn things and then gone before she had a chance to flipping do something. All right, if we have to strike her down because of this, I'm actually probably going to commit one of my cardinal roleplay sins and actually reload it. I don't think I can take another one, another blunder here. Talk, damn you! You've got persuasion. Bribe? Ooh, no, I'll not bribe this woman. She's insulted me. So we can use our wits. We haven't got any wits. Have we got finesse? No. Memory? We haven't got wits, finesse, or memory. This is not going to go well. He's got strength and constitution. What's she? She's. Can we examine her? Can we examine what she's got her lowest skill is? No. We can. Yeah. This is discrimination. This is discrimination against. This is not going to work. That's not going to work, is it? Yeah. We're going to go down this line. We're going to go down this line. We're going to say that it's an embarrassment. You do not want to go rooting around in my bags, dear, because I actually have many things in there that you would not wish to put your hands upon, including a severed head. And at the sound of putting her hand on a severed head, she actually thinks better of searching our bags. You stupid woman. You can't hide forever. We don't intend to hide forever. We intend to hide. Would it be too much? Would it be too
bolted on there tight, ain't it?
Would it be greedy to go for the boots here? In fact, can we check the boots? See how good they are? Oh boy, this is like a risk. This is a risk beyond a risk. This is a risk beyond a risk here. This is a risk beyond a risk here. We are getting greedy. This is getting greedy here. Right, get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Bolted on there tight, ain't
Run! 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 There's no crimes happening here. No crimes. Do I look like the kind of person that would commit a crime? You idiots. Run! Hide! I think we've run far enough here. I think we've run far enough. Oh. Oh. So much excitement. I'm a criminal now. I'm a criminal now. What would be quite hilarious is if I actually put her boots on and ran away in her own boots. That'd have taught a lesson. I'm running in your boots, love. See ya. Oh, right. Oh, a life of crime. It's quite thrilling, isn't it? It's quite thrilling. A life of crime. Nabora's boots. Stolen. Oh, big red X on them. But they have velvet inlays. Well, if anybody can appreciate a velvet inlay on a piece of footwear, must be none other than our friend here. Oh, lovely. Should we go back and should we go back and speak with her? Just like overly extending our legs. Ah, look at these here. Oh, although they're not boots anymore, they're now sort of leg coverings because he's got big clawed feet. So she probably won't recognise him. Oh dear. I went through the entirety of Divinity 1 and did not pickpocket or steal a damn thing. So this is a new experience for me. I quite like it. Right, we're going to now methodically go back and do what we were supposed to be doing, which is exploring. Now, I don't think we're going to get any closer to her now. I think we've pushed our luck as far as it's going to go. We're going to do a bit of bog standard lootery in non-stealable items, and just kind of not speak with the Magisters, really. I mean, Boris! Isn't Boris the one that he needs to speak to? Seeing as we're here, I assume he would recognise what he looks like. He's got no boots on. Have we got no boots for you? You can't be running around with no shoes on. Oh, maybe you can.
As you approach the unsmiling Magister, Ifan catches your arm and speaks to you with some urgency.
I know this. I don't want this to sort of. I don't want to unduly progress this quest, but we'll see what happens.
I need to talk to this one for a few moments. Alone.
I know we do. That's why I came here. I'm a giving kind of lizard, you see. Go ahead. Although, can you do a better job than Fane did? Yes? Am I the only one who can do the talking around here? He's saying smugly as he's managed to talk himself out of
Ifan strides up to the Magister,
a
speaking
search.
in a calm and controlled voice. Though you can't hear what he whispers, the Magister's face turns whiter than snow as he hands a note to Ifan with shaking hands.
Don't! I'll give you the information. Here, just don't! All right.
Ifan walks back to you, leaving the quivering wreck of a Magister behind. When he catches your eye, he winks.
Well, I suppose we've got to appreciate a man that can make the Magisters quiver. We do like that.
Ifan catches you looking over at him. He raises his eyebrows.
What?
Yes, I got to admit, I don't give people compliments willy-nilly here, but I did kind of like the way you made that Magister soil his britches.
He barks a laugh, then shakes his head sheepishly.
I wanted some information. That Magister wanted to negotiate. I negotiated.
Yes. What are you doing? No! 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 Who did that? No! Wait a second! Wait a second! No, I was convinced that cat was a quest character or something. No! I'm flipping mortified. I like the way you take care of business. This conversation has to end now.
Oh, it's just practice. All in the way you set your jaw, lad. I'll teach you someday. I only do it when it's necessary. And it was necessary back there. He wanted me to kill someone. I didn't want to kill them. Being a little impolite seemed the least bad option.
No! No! Lost my cat! I can't speak, I can't have a conversation with you, I'm traumatized! That's fine, yes! Yes, whatever.
That's about the size of it for me, all right. And now that we agree, shall we agree to keep moving?
After reading the scrap of paper he took from the Magister, Ifan marks a spot on your map and looks out to the far horizon.
No! No, my cat is dead! Why? You! 97 hit points and there's tons of these bastards here. I can't get revenge. I can't kill him. I'll be dead myself. This is a good omen in my people. He's killed it. This is a curse. I'm cursed now. This is the divine cursing me, striking me down because I stole the flipping boots. That's what's happened here. The divine has smite me down. My cat. This is what happens, folks, when you steal boots. Your cat dies. Let that be a lesson to all you burglars and thieves. If you value your pets, turn to a different life. And today you learned a valuable lesson watching me play this game, okay? You can learn things. What the hell is that? What the... hello? You're looking a bit under the weather.
Go.
Sorry, I'm a bit distant, whoever you are. I'm just in a state of grief. I've had a bereavement recently. She does look a little bit peaky. I think Dr. Prince here appears to think he knows what this ailment is, and simply stating here that she's suffering the wet death, when she's probably not suffering with anything remotely similar.
Get away. Get back. At least wait till I've croaked my last, if you want to study me.
I don't think we want to be getting too close. Oh, disease brought by physical armour. Good, thank the heavens. I think we've seen enough of her. That's all we need, isn't it? Cat dying and then being struck down with some strange illness. That is definitely a sign from the gods that we've done wrong. Okay, is there a way to get up here? Yeah, I think we go out and then we go up and then we go up there as well, if we so wished. But we're going to continue down the same path and just keep exploring. I want a new car! Okay, anybody that's had that cat before, can they tell me, did the cat have any significance, or was it just a random cat that tagged along with you as a pet? I mean, thank God we didn't give it a name, because that would have absolutely been even more heartbreaking. We didn't get around to naming the poor thing, because I didn't expect it to stay with us for any length of time. I actually thought it was going to be a human character in disguise, the way it was following us around. But there you go. Oh, we would have gotten some pretty sweet. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Well, I shouldn't have asked the question. I've missed out on loot because the cat's died, and now I've killed the flipping the trainer for the warfare books. I mean, is there anything else that I want to do that's going to screw myself over big time here? This is like the worst playthrough ever. And if I was a min-maxer, this game, I would have reloaded this about 5 times by now. The things that I've cocked up. I'm going to do a lap around this area. Permission to tell. Well, seeing as I'm not going to reload it, because I'm not, I am going to stick with the consequences. Yeah, you might as well tell me. I certainly won't be doing another playthrough of this anytime soon. I'm a one playthrough kind of guy.
Thing eating corpses.
I don't think we wish to get any closer to this thing, do we? What in the flipping hell? Do we want to be... It turns into a familiar with a special ability if it survives. Oh no. No! I wanted a cat familiar! Oh. I should have not let you tell me. You just made it 10 times worse. Can we get a rat familiar? How about we have a rat? I mean, I like rats. Yeah, I'm a rat man now. Cats overrated. This thing here is eating corpses on the beach. Okay, it's a fight, and it's got 100 hit points. It's got a crap ton of armor. Yeah, okay. We'll kind of avoid that for now. I'm traumatized. I'm not in the right state of mind to be fighting cannibals just yet. So let's just have a quick look here. She's obviously... oh, she's a doctor.
The Queen's beard. It looks like you lost a fight with a claw hammer. Reckon you're in need of something to heal yourself up, eh?
By the Queen's beard. Is she trying to insult us here? I'm the picture of health. Barely a scratch upon me, and you're telling me that I look like I've lost a fight with a claw. This is my natural face. I'm not going to bedroll just yet, don't worry. We don't need bedrolls. She is the polymorph trainery person. Dr. Lester. Dr. Lesk. Who was it? Was it Dragon Age? Lesky? Lesky? Anyway, she's exactly. I didn't even know that was an option. I look dashing. I've never looked better. I'm the picture of health. Your eyes must deceive you, Doctor. You must need some sort of lens.
Always a sucker for tall and handsome myself. Never seen a red one of your kind, but I'm a humble country duck. Anyhow, a potion won't do you harm now, will it?
Not if you're giving it for free. I like her accent as well.
Instead of a potion, she hands you an empty bottle and a fat brown mushroom.
Oh, she is teaching us how to make a potion ourselves. Well, I obviously Red Prince once again trying to spout his knowledge, trying to sound impressive in front of his new companions. Obviously, Doctor, I don't know how you dare call yourself a doctor, because first of all, you don't know when a dashing fine specimen of a lizard like me is not injured. Second of all, a proper healing potion is made with yarrow, not with mushrooms. Goodness gracious, you should learn that in month number 1 of your doctor training.
I never heard of such a recipe. Rapinia works just fine for me and mine. Always has.
Rapinia? Oh, maybe that's why that man next to you is looking like he's ready to pop his clogs. You're giving him potions that aren't useful.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some research to do.
Yes, research healing potions if I was you. Anyway, what do you sell again? Oh, yes, very good. Good. Is he talkative? Maybe I should brew one of my potions from my lands, and I'm sure he'll be up and at 'em in moments.
Oh, out my face. Them scales won't save you. I'll punch your lights out.
Oh, he's obviously delirious. Very, very. Yes, well, considering how rude he's been, I don't think we're going to give up any of our healing potions. Certainly not. Similarly, we're not going to stomp him to death. And we're not going to soothe him. We'll just leave him be. Right, so down here was the beach with the cannibal. I think we'll leave him, as I said, we'll leave him be for now. Just a little bit of looting and pillaging. Kind of inventory management's gone out the window right now. I'll tell you something, I'm having an absolute royal hoot with this game. I can't put it down. Oh! Sabine! We recognise her from afar. She was on the boat. Playing dice, no less. She's not playing dice now, is she? Right, so there's a loopy. We've come down the side here. We need to go down the middle. This is where the action is, really. I think we'll do that in a minute. What we're going to do is I think we're going to just go down here, and then we'll come back round, and then we'll do the middle. That's what we'll do.
Rest now. You'll hie yourself to the grave.
Sorry, Doctor. I've got big things to do. Whisperwood. Ooh, let's just quickly come down here. I don't know why I can't. I can turn the camera quicker with a bloody mouse. Okay, there's nothing there. It's quite a nice anchor. Ooh! This looks like things belong to people, but I can't see any people. There's not a damn person in sight. But we're not going to get our hands dirty. Fane, if you just awfully mind picking up a healing potion. Bubbly jubbly. Ooh, coins. Don't even need to sneak, there's nobody here. The imprisoned elf. Eh? What's going on? I haven't read that journal for ages. This is what I like about this game, is that there's a lack of quest markers and map markers, and you know that tendency to go from one place to another and do one quest at a time is it's not there. You just you kind of just go with the flow naturally. It kind of flows. You don't feel as if the need to go from point A to point B. You know, this is great. This is really enjoyable. Anyway, apparently we found Griff's supply crate, but there was nothing inside. Perhaps the contents are still nearby. Okay, Griff's supply crate. Interesting. I mean, we didn't anticipate stumbling across Gris Supply Crate right here. We're going to go see Sibyl. There's obviously something about this camp. There's more to it than meets the eye. I mean, there's if there's stealable stuff, it feels like there should be somebody here, but there's not right now. But we'll concern ourselves with this another time. Would the prince be above a bit of necromancy? Well, considering he's summoned demons, I don't think necromancy's too far away from that, so I wouldn't have thought so. Are you hiding from somebody?
Amid the squalor of Fort Joy, you suddenly spot an elf with diamond features, regal and radiant, but cold too, and sharper than any knife.
Right, I'm kind of going with the flow in terms of who I'm recruiting here. Now, I want to recruit the dwarf, but I mean, if somebody else tickles me fancy, or seems to fit, you know, fit the bill, we'll pick them up. Necromancy trader. The sick woman. What sick woman? Oh! Sick woman, right, okay. We'll deal with her at arm's length.
She was the one who sat rolling dice in the ship that went under, deciding fates with every roll. Or so she said.
Okay, yeah, we got that, we got that. She offered to lick our arm as well, didn't she? It's bad enough somebody touching me, he's thinking, let alone licking. That is definitely several steps too far.
Her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away, and you get the distinct feeling he's an unfortunate man indeed to be trapped in her tiger-like gaze.
What lizard? Up here? Yeah, what's going on? What's the infatuation with the lizard when you've got a fine specimen of a lizard right next to you?
No sooner have these words left your mouth than she turns about and grabs you in a stranglehold. You feel the tip of a long needle being pushed a little ways into your neck.
Oh, that's not what you... No, no, this is not what you do.
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Better tell me who you really are, so I can decide your fate here and now.
Command her to let me go. Yes, let me go this instant. Who the hell do you think you're attacking?
To you, I am this pressing pain you wish would go away, but won't.
A push, a pivot, and now you suddenly face her. The needle still all too deeply embedded in the side of your throat.
Well, if ever there is a situation... Well, this has obviously sealed her fate. She's not joining our party. I don't think he can ever forgive this transgression.
Despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice something that remained undetected in the gloom of the ship. A flaw in her diamond features. A curiously shaped scar on her left cheek.
That is not the first thing he'll be noticing, I would imagine. But he's got somebody pressing something to his neck. I'm sure he's not remotely interested in a scar.
It's dawning on you, isn't it? Why I hate reptiles like you.
Oh, hate. She hates? Oh, is that... Okay. Okay, this is not good. This is not good for her health. She's won. Don't be ridiculous. Oh, I don't like any of these. We're kind of back. I think we're backing down. She's actually got him to back down. Well, we're not going to politely ask. And we're not going to say she's in control, so we're just going to matter-of-factly state that that is obviously a slave mark, a lizard slave mark, rightly so. You're an elf and I'm a lizard, you know, lesser race and all that. But it's not my family's design, and therefore there's no reason for you to hate me, personally.
But I do, master, with the heat of 1,000,000 suns.
Well, you didn't say that on the flipping ship, did she?
She drives the needle in deeper and whispers.
In truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. You saw me mark my prey. You could warn him, save him, or kill him before I get my chance. That makes you a liability. That makes you needle feed.
Needle feed. Okay, well apparently I think we're preparing for bloodshed here. We ain't gonna ask for her to join us. She ain't joining us, she's a flipping maniac. I mean, it would be if she was a compliant slave, perhaps we could have her carry our bags. She could be the pack mule in her rightful place. She's got the scar and everything. We could have asked for a better situation if she was compliant, but she's not. She's sticking a needle in my neck. This is by far the worst transgression we have suffered since being captured on that damn ship. She's got to go down.
Your death will be slower, more painful, but fair enough, if you insist.
I flippin' insist.
She removes the needle and draws her weapon.
On guard!
Let's play.
You're gonna die, love. I apologise. And there's going to be no... If you beg for mercy... Oh, I should have rested. Somebody's been screaming for me to rest. In a bedroll. I completely said I didn't expect to be fighting. You should always expect the unexpected. Right, here we go. What does this do? She's going to die quickly. She must have, like, what, how many hit points? 32. We're just going to... No, it's just going to flip and kill her. There's no need for tactics here. She is going down big time. Target a surface in melee radius. For one turn, elemental damage matching that surface is added to your ranged weapon. So, okay, so if I target, say, target is some poison, then my attacks will be poison. I get it now, right? Okay. We're just going to encourage our allies. And then we're going to flip and make her suffer. And then we're going to buff. Buff. Does it buff everybody? Just the target. Well, we'll buff the Red Prince. He has to be the one that strikes her down. Ooh, critical backstab. Holy mackerel. Ooh! How many turns is she getting? First sacrifice, what does that do? What is she doing? She's going insane! Well, maybe we should have recruited her, she seems quite proficient. Right, yes, we're gonna go for the old backlash here. Although I'm tempted to walk in the poison because it'll heal me, but no, we'll go for the backstab there, and then I wanted him to finish you off, so I think what we'll do is we'll take one little stab. Oh no! What are you doing, Fane? I wanted to kill her myself! And she stuck a needle to my neck and you flipping killed her! It was my job! Oh, damn blastation! Fane, you are not endearing yourself to me very much. I've had to talk our way out of trouble after your little issues lifting potions from blacksmiths. You ticked her off before you even started with your nonsense. Well, there lies Sibyl. May she have a horrible time in the afterlife. How dare she? How dare she put her hands on me? It was more than hands. It was a flipping needle. But at least she let me ready myself. Right.
Oh, this is Fort Joy.
She looked quite. She looked very
crumbling disaster.
Indeed, what a crumbling disaster. I think on that bombshell, it might be a decent place to leave it. So, so what can we say? I've really enjoyed this session. Really, really, really enjoyed it. We got a cat friend. We found a couple of companions. Our cat then died. We did a bit of stealing. We killed some turtles by the skin of our teeth. And Fane is being a pain. Fane the Pain. That's going to be his nickname. Fane the Pain. He seems to be doing anything in his power for us to kick him to the curb. And to finish things off, we've just killed one of the main characters because she dared. Well, I don't think we had a choice. We had to either recruit her or kill her. There's no halfway house there, and the fact that she obviously dared to almost hold me ransom and spout nonsense about being held as a slave and her obvious dislike against the lizard people, she had to die. And now I'm going to use the. In fact, just before we end the session, I'm going to do it now. Where's the flipping hell is it? I've been sloppy here. There we go. We're off. We're rested. We're full health. There you go. We're done. We're done. So yes. I don't know what to do. I think a few people want to see this as a regular thing. I assume. But obviously, I do want to play the game myself off camera, because the trouble with streaming or LPing is I'm sort of stuck playing the game at certain times. So like after I finish recording now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a load of inventory management, and then I want to do some more exploring. So I will stream if I. You see, I can't do that as well. I don't like making different save games because it's. So the only thing I can offer really is I will if I've got nothing to stream, I'll stream this as regularly as I can. So like for instance, if there's nothing, there's no Batman, or there's nothing planned to be streamed next Saturday, then I'll stream another session of this next Saturday. Obviously I'll have gone through a little bit further, but I can catch up as to what's happened and just give you a bit of a flavour really. The game is too long to make it regular. It's just going to be massively long. So, but yeah, if you haven't played this game and you like the look of it, it's worth a purchase if you can afford to do so. It's well worth its weight in gold. And if somebody wants, yes, that's a good point. If somebody wants to play this multiplayer, I might be up for doing a separate game save as a multiplayer. I'll set something up on the Discord server, I think, because I didn't play the first one multiplayer, and I missed out. But you can have up to 4 people doing this one multiplayer. So I think if we can get a group of 4 of us doing some multiplayer action, I think I'll be up for that. So as I said, on the Discord server, we'll have a get together and we'll see what we can do, see what we can sort out. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'm glad I did this because it's I've got the foundations now for a quite a nice RP situation. I quite like this Red Prince, and we'll see what else he can, what the trouble he gets into. Yeah, the plan is next Saturday I'll be streaming this. I've got other games to stream at the moment, so this will be next Saturday's stream. If not before. I do have a free slot on a Tuesday evening. I know a lot of people can't do midweek, but some people can, so I might do it on a Tuesday and a Saturday. Anyway, I think it's about time I had another cup of tea. I need to recover. I'm a dog person in real life. I've got a dog. I love dogs. I don't mind cats. I would never harm a cat. I wouldn't wish ill on a cat, but I prefer dogs. But I've never been so mortified in a game for a long time about losing a damn pet as when I lost the cat. And on that, I shall end there. Until next time, thank you for joining me this evening for both streams, Batman and this. As good as Batman was, I enjoyed this 10 times more. and I'm glad that I started this new save with you guys, because it's been a good one. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm going to head over to the Discord server in about 15 to 20 minutes, and if anybody wants to maybe look at some setting up some multiplayer stuff, we can do that now. And hopefully I might see you next week for some more Divinity. Until then, good night.